Good morning and welcome to Sewing Street. I'm John Cole Morgan and I'm really excited to have you with me this morning. And congratulations, you are our early birders, which means you're going to be able to take part in our fabulous early bird special this morning. And I'm really loving this, and whoever coordinated these fabrics, you really know what you're doing today. This is incredibly limited on this. We've got this fabulous floral fabric here, but this green chartreuse, just look how beautifully that matches with all of these leaves. And then again, we've got this gorgeous pink here, and that matches so perfectly as well. So whoever's bundled this, you did really, really well with that. Congrats. So what we've got here, let me open these up for you and show you. We've got this fantastic Riley Blake floral. Oh, I just love this. Normally I can't put the fabric back together. Now I can't get it apart this morning. Isn't that just fantastic? So you're getting a ½ metre of this and the ½ metre of each of the coordinating, and that's going to be £10.97 today, saving you £3, which is almost a ½ metre of your coordinates to go with it. So while I've got that up there, I'm going to try and grow an extra hand quickly and pop these two colours on so you can see just how perfectly these coordinate there. If I do that, there we go. And you can see just how perfectly that green and pink go together. So you can see what I mean when I get excited about the coordinates working really well. And the pattern on this is just so cute. Really, really sweet. So it's a ½ metre of the Riley Blake and a ½ metre of each of these coordinating fabrics for £10.97. Such a great value on that. And I know some people like to see how big everything is, so I'll show you here. Can go there. So I'd say that's about just over 3 inches there. Yep, and just under 3 inches there. But then again, you can see the green coordinating so perfectly with that, and this lovely pink as well. Really fantastic, lovely combination of colours here. Sorry? Oh my goodness, you're selling out. We're selling so well on this already. I'm so pleased. Congratulations, all you wonderful early birders. This is the fabulous pink that you're going to be getting with it as well. ½ metre of this. Just look how that pops. It just pops so beautifully on this. £10.97 for these 3 ½ metre pieces there. And then lastly, we've just got our last little green here. Is this the one that's called chartreuse? I always think it sounds like such a fancy word for green. Really, really nice colour, this. So there we go, those are your 3 ½ metres, £10.97 for that. If you haven't shopped with us before, our website is www.sewingstreet.com. Failing that, you can call our UK-based call centre on 0800 001 4433. And this is our fabulous early bird special that we have, £10.97 for 3 ½ metres, and you'll be saving £3 on that today. So now I am very excited that we are getting Lewis and Irene, and I just adore these, and I have some of these collections already. They are so lovely. So the first one we've got here, look at these clocks. So this is called Britannia Clock Face on Light Gold. Isn't that just fun? And the great thing is you've got that wonderful geometric shape around the clock as well, which is actually in the clock face as well. So it's got that great synergy of design between the two there. You can just see these designs on here are really great. Where's my little pointy bit? I love my little pointy thing. You can just see these fabulous little designs on here. Look at this wonderful geometric there, and that geometric is actually the same geometric as they've got in the clock. Very cleverly done. And the edging here, just sort of surrounding it and doing it over, I'll slide that over a bit. You can see this edging work here that you've got all over the two there. It just kind of gives you a new shape in the middle there. And it's just such great symmetry on it, but also being slightly off-center as well, which is great. You can see these surrounds being there as well. Really well designed on that. So this is Lewis and Irene, and this is $5.99 for a half meter today. Really loving these. We've got it in 3 different colorways, which I love. And of course, my next favorite one is the blue. We all know I love a blue. But this one is really special. See, I think this could be my favourite, but I'm looking at the grey that's coming next, and I'm thinking that one actually might be my favourite. But you can just see that pop of turquoise there in that middle there. They've really thought out this design very, very well. It just absolutely pops, doesn't it? And $5.99 again for a half metre. Such a great deal. Loving this. See, for myself, I'd be ordering a metre of all 3 because you know what I'm like. I just love all of this. Again, don't tell Andrew. Loving these. It's just such a lovely design that. It's what, is that what they call, oh, is it a spirograph? That's the word I was looking for. That you've got all these wonderful, you see all those clever people online doing all these different spirographs, and I love the way they turn out. Really lovely little combination there. So that's our blue colourway in the clocks, and that is $5.99 for a half metre there. But don't think we're finished with the clocks. I don't know whether this is my favourite or the blue. Look at the grey. That really, really pops. See what I mean? That blue was really good, but this grey and black is absolutely lovely. I'm just wondering now, hang on, I'm going to do something naughty, and I'm going to put them together and see. Oh, you see, now we've got an answer. I'm the king of bulk buy, I am. Loving those. Really lovely colour combination. But what I love is, even with the different colours, how differently these patterns come out. Because you can see with the blue, it's just so different to the grey, and I absolutely love this grey. Again, this is $5.99 for a half metre there. Really great value. Really lovely, those. I would definitely be getting these together as a combination. Because the great thing is, if you pop this with a nice plain, simple, either white or black coordinate, the 3 of those together would make a lovely project. Lots of ideas. But that's not all. Look at these. These are a cocktail party. And of course, you know how I love my selvage. Look at that. Look at that selvage. Martini glasses. Little early in the day for a martini glass, but there we go. This is the cocktail party pins on violet. Just look at that. And the great thing is you can see that lovely oval that's hidden in the background there, almost in the same colour as the background. That is just such an incredible fabric. But that's not the best bit. Look at that price. $4.99 for a half metre. And just look how vibrant this colour is. It's absolutely brilliant. Loving that. And I'm just thinking, for binding or sashing, this would be such a great project, a fabric to get. Really, really funky. If you are wanting to get more than a half metre on this, if you've ordered 4 units of that, that would be a 2 metre piece come to you. So it would come cut as 4 units in one piece, not just as an individual 4 half metres. They'd come as one piece. Just such a great combination of fabrics here. I really, really like this one. And there you can see what I mean about the oval in the background, where they just put a slightly darker shape in that. It just, you can barely see it, but it is just such a clever design feature on it. And at $4.99 for a half metre, that is such a great price. Really great price there. Sorry, almost inhaled my tongue then. Too cheap. We do it too cheap. So now we've got the yellow. I'm assuming this is yellow. Lemon, much better colour. Look at that. Again, so fresh and spring, and it's also got that sort of 80s vibe to it as well, doesn't it? Really loving that. Because I've got 3 of these. We've got 3 of these as well, so I'm also not too sure which my favourite is on this one. I like the yellow. That is really clever. And it's always hard to find a really good yellow as well. But look at that oval shape followed through, and all these little... And each of these circles for the top of the cocktail pins all have a pattern in it as well, which is very good. It's a really subtle yellow as well, because sometimes the yellows you get look a little bit like a highlighter, where they're like, hello, I'm yellow! And that's just a bit much for most projects, but this is a really nice subtle yellow on it. It's great. And at $4.99 for a half metre. And it's the perfect yellow. I love that. Really good. But going from something a little bit plainer, but equally as gorgeous, look at this. This is a grey. Is it grey? Light grey. It's just lovely. See, now I think this might be my favourite, so I'm not sure. It's really, because I'm in a huge grey phase at the moment with fabric. I absolutely love it. But again, you've got that wonderful pop of yellow and that pop of teal as well. Teal or turquoise, it's just a beautiful, beautiful pop there. And again, you've got that wonderful, slightly darker grey oval in that as well. And for that incredible price of $4.99 for a half metre. We're full of bargains for you today. Look at this. See, now I'm not sure. See, and they go so well together as well. I'm going to pop the yellow in there as well so you can see. Oh, they really work together as well. Well, king of bulk buy, you know. That is really good. $4.99 for a half metre on that one, and that is the cocktail party pins on light grey. But now, of course, we've had our cocktails. We're off to the City Lights. Is it City Lights or City Nights? City Nights Underground. Look at that. That is really, really lovely, this. It's just got that real subtle movement in it. And it does look like a sort of tube map, railway map effect on it, and it's just so good. Really, really lovely, that. That's $4.99 for a half metre as well. Really lovely popular colours as well, very in, and the style is so good. And what I love is it's not a metallic, but it's got that metallic look to it, which is where we can bring it to you at that really great price as well. But what you can see there as I move it on camera, you can just see that pop. And it looks like a metallic, but it's not, and it's just so, so effective. Really lovely. And you don't actually know what the design is, which is great, because you keep wanting to look deeper into it to see what it is. And it's one of those ones, the closer you get, it reveals its secrets to you. Loving this. Really lovely fabric, that. And for $4.99 for a half metre, that's an incredible value, that. I'm glad Hayley's not here checking the prices on everything. This is great. And then we've got the same design again, but this one in silver. So this is City Nights Underground silver fabric, but look how effective that is. You can just see that beautiful pop. And again, it's not metallic, but it's got that sort of metallic feel to it. It's really, really special, that. See, can you imagine that as your backing of a quilt? That would be amazing. Oh, actually, because I quilt a lot with my backing in grey as well. That would look incredible. And at $4.99 for a half metre, that's just an incredible value. Lewis and Irene are well known for their amazing designs and brands. British company, but been going for about 8 years now. Family run as well. Really lovely company. Fabulous, that. It does look like a metallic, actually. I'm just looking at that and wondering if it is. Just looking at the selvage, there's a little selvage here. It is a silver metallic. And this is a copper metallic as well. No wonder I thought it was a metallic. I was wrong. You've got metallics at $4.99 for a half metre. That is just unheard of. I'm sure that's wrong. Don't tell Hayley. Don't tell Hayley. That is such a great price on this fabric. You can just tell these incredible... I would definitely get this quickly before Hayley sees this. Definitely get this on the show and get this off the show immediately. That is so good. And it's got this little metallic line all the way through, so it was metallic that I was looking at. It's just so subtle. Because sometimes those metallics really are very bright and in your face, but these are very subtle. Oh, I'm just hearing now that everybody is loving our Underground Nights fabric here in the silver and the copper. I wonder which one's selling the best. Oh, Deadhead, both even on that. I'm not surprised. They're both gorgeous, really good. And at $4.99, probably everybody's buying both. Good on you. Really, really great product there. So this is called the Island Girl Sky Blue Heart Islands. Look at those little islands of hearts there. Aren't they lovely? They're really good, like a little tropical destination. Unfortunately, none of us being able to travel now, we can all look at all this. I was looking at my memories. I was in Hong Kong a year ago. Gosh, hasn't the world changed in a year? Look how amazing that one is. It definitely makes you want to get on a little boat and go away for a bit, doesn't it? Well, hopefully soon we'll all be able to go. Look at that. Loving this. And you can just see they're all hopping proper island hopping, these little boats, aren't they? They're really clever with a little detail. Because what I love with that as well, the boats themselves look as though they're 2 or 3 different colours on each of these little boats. Very clever. And I can actually see the little dots of the coconuts on the trees as well. So this is the Lewis and Irene Island Girl Sky Blue Hearts for $4.99. It's such great value on that. Now before we go on with your Lewis and Irene, I'm going to show you the early bird again. It is selling so, so well. I don't want you all to miss out. Now, as many of you, I say this a lot, but in case you don't know, you may have it in your basket, but until you've checked out, that item's not yours. So somebody might be able to come along and whip it out your basket by checking out of their basket now. We've only got the 1-day P&P, so if you order multiple times during the day, you're only paying the 1 postage and packaging, $3.95 all day, no matter what you order. Whether you order this gorgeous mat that we've got, or a sewing machine, or just this bundle, doesn't matter how many times you check out, you're just going to pay the 1 P&P. So it's not going to cost you any more to check out your basket, because we don't want you to miss out. And you always regret that fabric you've left behind. Look at that. Such a great early bird that we've got there. $10.97, we've got this wonderful green chartreuse, 1/2 metre. This lovely pink is a 1/2 metre as well. And then a 1/2 metre of this fabulous white floral Riley Blake fabric as well. Together, that bundle, if you bought it individually, you'd be saving £3 buying the whole bundle together there. Such a great early bird there for £10.97. And it's selling really, really well, so don't hang around on that. And just see how gorgeously well those colours coordinate together. But of course, don't have to, the only way to get up, there are many ways of you getting in touch with us. We've got our fabulous Facebook page run by the channel, which is facebook.com/Sewing Street TV. We've got our Facebook fans page as well, which is Sewing Street Fans. We've got Instagram, which is @Sewing Street. And don't forget our YouTube channel, which is called Sewing Street, where every single show since Valentine's Day of everything that we've done is available on that, in our videos in a sequential order, with the latest one being at the very top and the first one we did being at the very bottom. And for the block of the week that we do as well, those are pulled out as a separate hour each week as well. So that is just such a great way of being able to stay in touch and see what we're up to. So now we're going to carry on with this incredible Lewis and Irene thing. I've still got to take a breath. It's such great value on these. Really, really good. This one is such a lovely yellow again with these flowers. What are we calling this one? Island Girl again, but it's hibiscus. Look at them. That is so, so, so lovely. Really, really lovely. This one is at, how much is this one? $4.99 for a 1/2 metre. We're just grabbing the graphic now. Look at that. And again, the eye for detail they use on the fabric, you can just see the actual, is it called the stamen, the middle bit of the flower? The hibiscus on all the different colours there. It's absolutely very, very cleverly done on that. So many different colours on the leaves and those little pops of buds. This one is on the website. We're just struggling to find the graphic for you at the moment. The code you're going to be searching for will be U for uniform, J for Juliet, U for uniform, L for Lima, 78. So that's uniform, Juliet, uniform, Lima, 78. If you can search that up there. There we go. We've got it pulled up on the screen now. $4.99 for a half metre. And on that picture there, you can see all the beautiful detailing of that fabric. Gosh, that's a really good detail on that. That is really clever. And actually, I'm just looking at this. This actually goes really well with the early birds. Look at that. That pops really, really well. Because the pinks are the same in each one, aren't they? Oh, I love that. See, I'm always trying to get these things bought together. Why buy one when you can buy 10? Oh, we've now got a clear winner on the undergrounds. Where are we? The copper. Pop copper is very far in the lead. Well done. I can see why. It's really a lovely fabric, that. And at $4.99 for a half metre. It'd be silly to leave it behind. So now we've got this adorable little fairy house here. Look at that, with these cute little owls. Anything you want to make for the kids on that, just look at that. Even as a backing, if you're going to do a quilt or a lovely little bag. See, I want that maybe as a little cushion as well. Can you imagine? That is so sweet. Do you know one of the cutest things I've seen is somebody making one of those height charts. This would be really cute as a little height chart. If you did that for a child's height chart, being able to cut these out and put them in a nice, you can get the repeat in and get that sorted. But look at the little fairies in the windows and in the flying around and the owls. Really, really clever detail here. All I want now is a tree house. Isn't that lovely? Again, $4.99 for a half metre. That is so lovely. Really clever, these. I'm just going to look at this myself a lot closer. Look at these. The little owl is just adorable. He looks very inquisitive, though, I have to say. He looks like he knows something that we don't know. Look at him there. Oh, there we go. Where are we? Look at him there. He's definitely watching something. He's our little watcher there. But in the details there, look, you've got this wonderful little fairy. Looks like she's reading a book in the window. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but they look like they're reading a book. Look at them all flying around as well. Oh, I love that. Look, they've got a little walkway between the trees as well. Really, really lovely. But the detail and the thought in it as well. And you can just see, oh, that's a little stray thread. The little lanterns there and the little ladders going up and down. So you can just see it's like a nice little community living there. I think this is really special. Love that. But you can see what I mean about a height chart. These would be really clever, being able to do these as a height chart. Love that. And $4.99 for a half metre there. Gosh. You can just think with the time it took to design that. Just look at that. That was what I was meaning about the height chart. If you did something like that and you just carried them all the way up, that would be amazing. Love that. I think I'm finished growing. I can't really get a height chart, can I? I may not be growing this way now. That's the joy about getting older, isn't it? So here we've got... That is lovely. Mount Rosettes. But again, you know how I love a good salvage. Look at that with the little horseshoes. Loving that. Look, little horseshoes representing all the different colours on that. Really, really clever. I love that. And look at these little rosettes. And at $4.99 again for a half metre, that's definitely a prize you're going to win there. And you see, the great thing with this is from a distance, you're not quite sure what it is. But as you zoom in and come closer to it, it's one of those fabrics you really want to get into and look at and see what it is. Very, very good detailing on that. And even the third prize rosettes look really good, don't they? They're really lovely, that. That's the Lewis and Irene Fairly Mount rosettes on dark blue. I thought that said duck blue then. But look at the detailing on these. It's very horsey. I used to ride when I was a child, and these rosettes, I've got a huge box of these somewhere. But it's just quite nice to be able to see these. They're really lovely. But again, it's not just in the blue colourway. Got these in a different colourway as well. So then we've got the natural colourway as well. But look at that. Proper autumn colours, that one. See, that's also very good, and I think this one might be my favourite. And I know I'm normally a blue fan, but look at that. Just really, really pops. And again, here you can possibly see the detailing on these rosettes a little bit clearer. It's very, very cleverly designed. $4.99 for a half metre there. Lewis and Irene are knocking it out the park today, aren't they? Just so cleverly done. Sorry, I've been totally distracted, just absorbed looking at the fabric here. It's really well done, this. So that is the rosettes on natural half metre for $4.99. Now this farmer's market one, I will confess, I have many metres of this and I paid a lot more for it than I'm paying for it on this show. I absolutely love this one. It definitely wasn't $4.99 a half metre I paid on that one. Look at that. This one I have absolutely loved looking at, and I bought this to do a stack and whack. Many of you know I've spoken about stack and whacks before, but what's really great is that you cut out 6 or 8 repeats on it and then cut them into triangles, and you'll be able to then create different quilts and different designs with it. But this is a really, really interesting fabric on here. And you'll be able to see all the detailing, like down to the sign, and the detailing on the bread and everything, and then the herbs. You can just see the little herbs there, the clever way that they put the lavender down here, and oh, it's very, very well done. I think that one's rosemary. In my head, that's rosemary, that's sage. And the hydrangeas there in the pot as well. And even down to the fruit and veg that they've got for sale here. It's the different coloured tomatoes at the different stages. You've got beetroot there and aubergines and grapes. It's very, very thoughtfully done. Really lovely fabric, this. And again, you've got the preserves here as well, with the jams and the jellies and the honey. I love this fabric, and I'm just very sad I didn't wait and get it here at this wonderful price. Oh, we got the carrots there as well. Sorry, I've only just realised the carrots on the side. And the bunting all around the store. It's just the detailing on this was so, so lovely. Little sack of potatoes. I don't know what those are. Do you think those are lettuces? I'm not sure. They're really lovely. Oh, and the tulips as well, and all the sunflowers all the way. Oh, it's just very, very cleverly designed. And again, I'm loving the bunting and all the different colours of the bunting as well. And again, $4.99 for a half metre. What a great price that is. Really lovely. And again, if you're going to try a stack and whack, I did that on the show a couple of weeks ago. If you are, this is such a great price, you can give that a go. Oh, before we move on, we have an announcement. The underground fabric. Oh, the silver is now in the lead. I'm not surprised because both of them are lovely. I'm going to show these again. They're just too gorgeous. So this one is what we call the copper, and it is a metallic. Look at that. And if I lean that back, you can just see that wonderful metallic. Really, really lovely fabric, this. $4.99 for a half metre. This is the City Nights Underground Copper fabric. And I didn't think that that was a metallic in there, but as I lean this back and forth, you can see it actually is. And it's just so, so lovely. It almost looks a bit sci-fi-y, doesn't it? And at $4.99, such a great price. You can understand why they're so popular. But as I lean that back there, you can just see that metallic working so beautifully as you wave it around. Really, really subtle as well. Not very, very in your face. It's just such a lovely, lovely fabric, that. I'm hoping it doesn't sell out because I need to place an order. So that's the copper one. And then we've got the Knights Underground on silver as well. But this one is, look at that. Oh, this one is now way in the lead. Look at that. Oh my goodness, over 70% of the stock on this one has gone already. But again, look at that wonderful metallic on there. It's just a really subtle, subtle metallic. It's great. Really, really awesome fabrics there. And not only are they awesome fabrics, look at that price. Half a metre is $4.99. Really, really lovely, that. We're full of bargains today. So as a lovely little coordinate with our previous Lewis and Irene market we have, we've got the market vegetables. Look at these. This is the market vegetable on grey. $4.99 for a half metre as well. But again, just such a wonderful fresh fabric here. We've got apples, yes, we've got the apples, we've got carrots, we've got pumpkin, got an aubergine in there, some peas, some grapes, tomatoes, and we've got a chicken in there as well. And beetroot. Is that a celery or a leek, do you think? I think that might be a celery, but it could be a leek. I'm not very good with my vegetables, as you can tell. But it's such a lovely fabric, this. So they've got a lovely butternut there, and I'm a huge butternut fan. But it's nice to have the words as well. You've got the eat seasonally. There we go, eat seasonally. See, that's the one I'm not sure if that's a lettuce or a leek. A leek. Actually, I think it might be a leek because it's got. It could be a fennel, you know. I understand fennel is a vegetable. I think the best thing I've ever heard is knowledge is knowing that tomatoes are a fruit, and wisdom is knowing not to put tomatoes in a fruit salad. But even look at the peppers. I hadn't noticed the peppers there. If you want to put an opinion in as to whether that's a leek or a lettuce, a leek or a celery, drop us a message on the studio page on Sewing Street TV. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've got any questions about anything that we've had on the show so far, drop us a line. We can answer your questions while we're on air. Really, really lovely fabric, that one. So that's the veg on grey fabric, half metre, and $4.99 for a half metre. See, now I bought that as a coordinate to go with that one as well, because you can see that they're made to go together and they work really, really well, because you've got the whole synergy of the two together. So you can see that that goes really well together as well. But now we're going on to something a bit more fun, bit more for the kids, little boys, little grandchildren. Look at these. They are really, really fun there. Really, really lovely. Look at that. Oh, I can't name any of these. So, well, we're going to do this. Is that a Brontosaurus, the big long one? There's a T-Rex. Is that a Velociraptor there flying? Oh, is it a Velociraptor? Is that a Stegosaurus? Or a Triceratops? I don't know. I'm just calling out dinosaurs. I don't know what any of them are. Brontosaurus. If you know what your dinosaurs are, again, message us in. We can have a little bit of a go on that as well. You think that pointy one's a Stegosaurus? I think so as well. But they're just so cute. I know there are definitely people out there that know every single one of these, and we apologise. I apologise. I don't know what they all are. But I love them. That is such a lovely fabric. So I think we're going to agree that's a T-Rex. I think that's a Stegosaurus. Do you think that's a Brontosaurus? What do you call those really long ones? Do you think that's a raptor? Or do you think that's a raptor? That one there. Brontosaurus, so that was a Brontosaurus. Ah, that's a pterodactyl, that's it. Oh, well. Oh, goodness me, having talkback's funny. Somebody just said now, do you think there's a Stinkysaurus? Sorry, that's why I'm giggling and blushing there. That's very silly. And then we got again that wonderful fabric for that in the, are we calling this grey? On greys. But look at that. You see, and I love my blues, but I think the greys is slightly more, it's showing off your dinosaurs a bit better in the grey. But what's really good as well, it's like a camouflage as well. So maybe as a little boy's outfit and things, that would be good. And I don't mean to be sexist on it, maybe a little girl's outfit as well. Look at that. $4.99 for a half metre of this. 100% quilting cotton as well. 44 inches wide. And I've got to show you the selvage. Look at that. Love a little swirl as the selvage. Little dinosaur tails there. Oh, maybe a dinosaur fossil. That's a good point. These are really, really fun as well. And again, at $4.99, such great value and such a lovely product. It's not just about making sure the price is right. We want to make sure we got the quality there for you as well. And again, Lewis and Irene, really, really lovely quality fabric on this. Oh, it's called Kimmeridge Bay. That's the name of the range of fabric. Really lovely, that. So that's the Dinosaurs on Grey, $4.99. And we are... Oh, I'm hearing people are really enjoying both of those colourways. But just look at this wonderful wall of Lewis and Irene loveliness that we've had here today. Really great prices, fabulous product. Love those. So now we're going to bring you something a little bit different. The Pepino Blue Fabric Bundle. I love these. Now, the bundle on this, now we're always telling you when things are limited. This is really limited. So if you like this, do not hang around because you will miss out. So this is really limited at the moment. 3.5 meters of fabric here, so that's 7.5 meters. And look at those. Just look how they're beautifully merged together there. Buying this as a bundle today, you're going to save £3, and that's £38.93. 7.5 meters. And unfortunately, they've been so popular. This is the only way you're going to be able to get all of these together. So this one here. So these two fabrics here have now sold out from being... So these three you can't buy any other way than in this bundle. The only way of getting these three fabrics is together in this bundle. Look how beautiful they are. Really, really lovely. So these unfortunately have sold out, being sold by the half meter. The only way you'll be able to get those three fabrics is by buying them all in this bundle here. The bundle's such great value there. £38.93 for 7 half-meter pieces. Let me show you what they all look like. So shall we start? We're going to start at the top here. These are available by the half meter, but you're going to be saving £3 by buying them together in this bundle, by buying, if you bought a half meter of each. Look at that. Really, really lovely. So this one is called Floral Sprig, or Floral Sprig on white. How much is this one, a half meter? $5.99 for a half meter of that. Lovely, that one. Oh, I've got that upside down. You know I love zooming in on all the fabrics. See, really lovely detailing here. So if you do want to buy this one on its own as well, the graphics have just come in now for $5.99 for doing these on their own. But again, you can only buy 4 of the bundle fabrics on their own. The other 3, unfortunately, have sold out on that. The only way you can get those is in this wonderful bundle. So that's the first fabric on that. Now, personally, this is one of my favorites on this collection. And when we were selling this before, I just thought, gosh, as a summer shirt, that being a lovely shirt would be amazing. So this one's called Large Floral on White fabric. $5.99 for a half metre there. Such amazing value, but it's just such a bold, beautiful print that. And any form of clothing as well would be absolutely gorgeous in that. Really, really lovely. Just look at the detailing on it. I love this fabric. And it's so clever the way they've been able to get this design, just using 2 colours, to be able to get such detail on this fabric. It's really, really lovely. Now again, you can get this in the bundle, but unfortunately you won't be able to get all of these fabrics individually. The last 3 fabrics are the only way you can get them is in the bundle. But look at this one as well. So this is called Reed. Is it Reed on Blue? Reed on Blue. Look at that. $5.99 for a half metre there. But again, if you wanted to buy all of these individually, obviously the last 3 wouldn't be there, but you're saving £3 by buying this bundle all together. Just the detailing on it is so clever. And again, it's just 2 colourways. You've got this beautiful blue and then the natural fabric behind it. It's really cleverly done. That one is the Reed design on blue fabric, $5.99 by the half metre, and it's included in our fabulous bundle that we've got today as well. And then this is the last of the fabrics you can buy by the half metre, and this is called Small Berries on Blue, and $5.99 for a half metre there. And also a really lovely fabric that. Really, really nice colour combination. And it's just such a nice design as well. This as a binding would be stunning. I absolutely love this idea of having that as a binding too. It's just such a clever design. And the blue is such a nice, rich, beautiful blue as well. You all know I love my blues. Really lovely there. So now, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the fabric that's for sale on its own. And the next one is my absolute favourite of the whole range. The only way of being able to get this fabric, unfortunately, is in the bundle. But look at that. Oh, I just love this. Absolutely adore this fabric. I'm not surprised it's sold out. It's such a great fabric. This is now included in the bundle, 7 pieces of half metre, £38.93. And this is one of the fabrics you're getting there. Unfortunately, we are extremely limited on this fabric bundle today. Just not quite sure when we'll be able to get them back in again. Because unfortunately, with a lot of these fabrics, once they're printed and they're gone, unfortunately, that's it. They're gone. You can't get them again. Which is very sad, but that's why you never leave it behind. You see it, you buy it, because otherwise you end up being disappointed. This one again is also sold out, being sold by the metre, but don't worry, you can get it in the bundle, 7.5 metres in the bundle for £38.93, and it's just such a clever way of doing dots, having all these different sizes and everything. They're really great. This one's called Dot on White. But it's just really lovely way of doing dots. They're very clever. Because again, it's another one that you look at from a distance, you're not quite sure what it is, and being able to then go in and I think as well, sometimes when you've got a universal size dot, it can make your eyes go a bit weird. Well, this one's got a lot more interest and it doesn't make my eyes go a bit weird. But they're just lovely, this. Really, really lovely. This is the only way, unfortunately, you can get this fabric is in the bundle. And that's £38.93 for the 7.5 metres. And the last bit of loveliness in this bundle is this one. Again, really, really lovely that. It's a really lovely collection, this one. This is called Berry Floral on White. Unfortunately, not available by the half metre, but available in our fabulous bundle we've got for you today. Look at that. Again, these little simple detailings on it. It's really well done. Oh, I'm hearing this one's our producer's favourite today. Liking that. £38.93 for the whole bundle. 3.5 metres of it. And you can just tell it's such a lovely colourway. And it just works so well together because these designers are so clever. And look at that. Just such a lovely, lovely collection there. £38.93 for that bundle today, and unfortunately we are very limited on it. So if you are liking it, please make sure you check out, because if it's in your basket and you haven't checked out, unfortunately somebody who does check out might be able to take that out of your basket, and we don't want you missing out on any fabrics. So that was our Pepino blue. So now we are coming into our Studio E boho collection here. Just such a lovely combination here. So you're getting 2.5 meters of fabric there, and you're getting this wonderful panel for £17.97. You're going to be saving £2 today on that deal. Such a great value there. But wait until you see this panel. This panel is so, so beautiful. Look at that. It's just absolutely adorable, this. So, so lovely. And I love the fact that we got the 2 different colorways on it as well. And at the very top over here, you might not be able to see it, but you've got all the written instructions on how to make the bunny. We call this the bunny quilt sewing instructions on the top there. It's just very cleverly done. And it is really, really lovely there. Having the contrast of the colours, but also then having the cohesion by having the pink on the one side and the dark blue on the other. Really, really well thought out. Very well designed. And look at that. And you've got these fabulous detailing on these birds as well. Really, really lovely. And I'll show you these from the overhead as well. They are so lovely. But even the detailing down into these corners is so good. You've got these wonderful stitch lines over here, so it looks like you've hand stitched in there. Really, really clever. And again, just over here to add the detail to highlight the triangle, they've done these stitch markings on there as well to make it look like it's been hand stitched. And then these birds, look at the detailing on these birds with that simple white line over the, there we go, you can see that simple line over the wing. I was trying to say the word beak, but I'm like, nope, that's not right. Look at that, the simple white line over that wing there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Even the little detailing on the feet is so clever. But not only is that lovely, look at the pattern that they put in the background as well. The difference between the light and the dark, and you've got these 2 or 3 different colours of, is that blue or is that, it is a blue. But you know how I love my salvages. Look at that! You got little baby birds as your salvages. Sorry, I love my salvages. And the detailing on everything in this whole panel is absolutely thought out. And oh my goodness, I've just noticed. Look at the little bird popping its head out of the triangle. It's like he's hiding behind the little triangle there. It's really, really cleverly done. And this one's now looking behind the triangle to have a little look. And then just beneath it, you can see his little heads popping out there as well. It's really, really well thought out. Very, very clever on that. Love this. And then in the blue colorway, you can just see how it's slightly different colorway on that, but it works equally as well. Just these different, beautiful, dark detailing there. Tie the blue in so beautifully. And they followed these through all the way through to get that synergy all the way through in the cohesion. It's really worked well. And then equally, when you go and look at these dark blue sections and you've got these gorgeous flowers in here as well, just adds that extra little bit of detailing in there. It's great. Really lovely there. So not only is that panel absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely panel that. How did I fold this? There we go. Third. Oh, it's folded again. That's why it's confusing me, because they folded it as a panel. There we go. So that's our panel. But then you've got our fabulous 2 coordinates, which is half a metre of each of these fabrics. Look at the little Tweety birds. This is just so lovely as well. This one's called Birds on Cream. For a moment there I thought they said Tweety birds on cream, and I was thinking that can't be right. Look at that. And then this is a coordinate that we're using with the panel, and you can just tell that that would work so well. Oh, let me get this the right way around. With the panel, you can tell, having seen those little birds in the panel, this would work really, really well for the borders as well. Really special, this. So this is one of the half metre coordinates you're getting within this bundle. You can just tell the detailing, it is so clever. And again, you've got your lovely little dark blue flowers on there like we had in our panel, just on a smaller scale. So they really have thought of everything while they're creating all of these. So that's one of your coordinates to go with that panel. And then this is the other. Now this might be my favourite fabric from this range. Look at that! Now, unfortunately, the only way you're going to be able to get this fabric is through this bundle, but just look how special that is. You're getting a half metre of that with this bundle, and just look at the detailing on it. So this is called Paisley on Blue, but just look how clever this design is. It's really wonderful. And the detailing of those flowers inside each one of those little paisley twirls, they're lovely. And the thing is, for that price, for that panel, and a full metre of fabric with it as well, that's really good. And it's actually saying on the panel that you'll be able to make a little quilt out of it. I don't know if it says how big the quilt is, but just look at the detailing in these twirls going through there, in there, and the one above it as well. And then these flowers in there as well. It's just so clever. Oh gosh, so this is going to make quite a big quilt. So your quilt is actually going to be that size. And then putting your borders on as well. So you can tell that is a really nice big size. Or if you don't want to make a quilt, because I know we've got lots of quilts on at the moment, a lovely cushion. Can you imagine doing that as a cushion? That would be stunning. But just the way you can tell all 3 of these going together when they're opened up, it just beautifully works together. Really lovely combination there for £17.97. So these wonderful half metre coordinates with the panel for £17.97 there. Again, look at that little selvage with the little Tweety birds on it. Look at those. Most people forget the selvages, but I'm addicted to selvages. I love them. But this panel, I think it's just so, so special. So if you wanted to just do the panel on its own, obviously that would make a lovely big cushion for any room. If you've got like a kid's room, and the panel on its own is £7.99. Such a great price on that. Look how special this all is. So this is a 60 centimetre wide panel, and then in the very top over here, if you did want to make the quilt, it tells you exactly how to go about doing it. If you wanted to do this as a tiny little quilt for a cot or, so, or for a pram, then obviously you can use one side for the front, one side for the back. But if you wanted to do these 2 together, that would make a really nice size quilt as well for a little baby quilt. Just so, so lovely. And then the other side of it in the other colourway. See, I'm not quite sure which one my favourite is. I think they're both gorgeous. Really, really lovely combination of this. And we've got a little baby in the family now, and I haven't actually made her a quilt yet because I've been a little busy. But I'm looking at this and thinking, actually, Andrew, if you're listening, please put 2 of these in the basket now. Lila's getting a quilt. Isn't that just gorgeous? Love that. So that's the panel on its own for £7.99. And we've got the little birds on their own as well. Look at these. These are Birds on Cream, and for $5.99 for a half metre today. Really, really great price, that. And such adorable fabric as well. Really, really sweet, that. For $5.99, you can just tell, such a great product, that. And such a great price. Really lovely, that. Course. Oh, I've got a stock update for you now. So, the farmer's market, the market or the vegetables? Market. So, I'm not surprised because I've got loads of this myself. Didn't get it at that price. This farmer's market now is very, very limited. So you can tell why. Look at the gorgeous detailing on it. And it's very, very good, a very lovely fabric, that one. So this is now unfortunately very limited. So if you have got it in your basket, please make sure you check out. Don't want you losing out on any fabrics. You've only got the 1 day P&P, $3.95 all day. Doesn't matter how many times you order, doesn't matter what you order, you're only going to pay the 1 postage and packaging all day. So after the break, I have got the most fabulous demo for you. Look at it. Look at it. Alison Glass. A gorgeous colorway. So this is the colorway I'm going to be doing it in, but we've got it in 2 colorways. And we've got it in the wonderful ivory as well. So that will be with us in a few minutes at 9 o'clock. So I hope you're going to stay around and watch that as well. And please, 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 because everything is so limited on some of the stocks, make sure you check out your baskets. We don't want you losing out on anything there. And thank you very much for joining me for this hour. I'll be back in a few minutes once we've set the setup. Thank you.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying 1 postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is @Sewing Street. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those 3 and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you. Hello, I'm John Cole Morgan and I'm really pleased to welcome you back today. We have got the most fantastic combination of kits today for you. We've got the fabulous Victoria Carrington, what have you called this, coin stack quilt using Alison Glass. Is that not just the most adorably beautiful quilt? This is brand new to Sewing Street, exclusive to us as well, and it's one of the most fantastically, wonderfully easy quilts that I've made. It took about 30 seconds for me to kind of understand how we did the middle bit because it just is so different but so cleverly done. Victoria really knows what she's doing. It's fantastic. Really, really lovely way. So this movement in the middle here is done in the most genius way. I'd never even thought about it. It's really, really clever. So we've got this in the fabulous ivory colorway, but also we've got it in the, is this charcoal? I just love them both. I absolutely love them, but I'm not sure which one I prefer best. But I have got, oh, we've got a slide to show them side by side, and I'm going to pop these over here as well, so we can have both up during the show. Just not quite wide enough on there to put them both up. But there we go, you can see just how brilliantly those go together. Now the pattern for the grey one is slightly different to what we're doing today. So where we've got the fabric going sideways, we've actually put it, if that's going horizontally, we've put them vertically in this pattern today. But you can just tell either way, they are just such a clever way of using the fabric. And it is just so cleverly done, especially this middle bit, which I'm just so excited to be able to show you that later today. So let me show you the 2 colorways that we're doing. First of all, when you get the bundle, you're going to get this fantastic pattern, and it is really, really a great pattern. Going down to the detailing of how to do a scant 1/4 inch, it is really, really well written. Thank you so much for that, Victoria. It's really great. And obviously once lockdown's over, we can't wait to have Victoria on our screens. We can't wait for that. You're going to be able to get, so look at this, the value is incredible. So it's £38.92. You're getting this incredible incredible pattern. You're getting this fabulous panel, which I'll open up and show you now. You're getting 1 metre of the grey, because this is in our charcoal colourway, 1 metre of our school grey, 1/2 metre of the pink, 1/2 metre of the chartreuse, I think that's the peacock, 1/2 metre of that as well, and then 1/2 metre of the, is it either gold or yellow, but you can see the colours there. So that's 3 metres of fabric. You're getting this fabulous panel and the pattern for £38.92. It's an absolute bargain there. But let me show you this panel, because this panel is so, so sought after. Look at that. Is that not just the most fantastic panel? This is designed by a designer called Alison Glass. She does the Sun Prints range every 2 or 3 years, or every year or 2, so should I say, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The detailing on it is so fantastic, and all of the shapes within those circles she uses in her coordinate Sun Prints fabric. But just look at them. They are absolutely incredible. You can see the one on your screen now. I'm calling that the yellow colorway, and then if I slide that way, you can see that the butterfly is a bit more purpley in that one, and then we go back to a bit more of a yellow butterfly there, and you can just tell you're getting 8 of these circles included in the price. And the quilt then, once you've made it, this is the size it's going to come out at. It's very, very big. I think it's 44 inches by 60. And let me show this to you sideways as well. You can just tell it's absolutely a lovely, lovely quilt. And for £38 something, for £38.90, how much? £38.92 to have all the fabric and the pattern to make this most incredible quilt. That is one of the cheapest kits I've seen. Really, really great value there, but it's also the most fantastically well written pattern. Really, really well done on that, Victoria. Thank you. But that's our charcoal colourway there. Let me show you the ivory cut. Is it ivory we're calling it? Ivory as well. So not only are you going to get this fabulous pattern, which I'm going to get into in a minute or two, you're also getting a metre of the ivory, which is the bottom there. But not only have you got enough fabric here for the pattern, for the quilt front, you've also got your binding. They've given you enough fabric here for the binding. So you're getting a metre of the ivory, a metre of that, is that pomegranate or purple? Can't remember. Half metre of that one, half metre of the lavender, half metre of that one, I can't remember what these are all called, and then half metre of that orange. So it's orange, peacock, amethyst, magenta, and ivory. I'm glad somebody's got the names of all these fabrics because they're all so different. So you're getting 3 metres of fabric just on that. You're getting this amazing panel again, but in the ivory colourway. See, I'm not so sure which one, and I've got both of these because I absolutely love them, but I'm not sure which one I prefer more, whether it's the ivory or the charcoal, because they're both so beautiful. Oh, I'm hearing that the web price for this is $39.99. But the prices will be changed, so if you do check out, don't worry, we will adjust the price afterwards. The price is £38.92 on that. And that is the fabulous panel that you're going to be getting. Really, really fabulous, that. Alison Glass at her finest. And I know that they did this panel about 4 years ago, and it went out of print, and you couldn't get it anywhere, and it was so popular, and it was so much loved, they brought it back in again. So I'm so glad that they did. So this is the bundle you're going to be getting for the ivory and this fabulous pattern for £38.92. Price on the website, it says $39.99. That will be adjusted to be the correct price in a little while. Bear with us while our websites are being updated that way. We're doing the best that we can while we do that. So I'm going to pop these over here. Grab my rulers out. And then we're just going to recap on what you're getting for each one of those there. Again, a Sewing Street exclusive here. Don't want to be missing out on that. Really great value for money, this one. Really, really good. And then, of course, you've got the ivory one as well. Just such a great colour combination. You can see when it's laid out like that, you just know the great value you're getting there, and the colours coordinate so beautifully. It's been very, very well done. So referring to the pattern, it is so well done, and I'm just going to show you this section here because I think what's really important is things, especially if you're a beginner and you don't quite understand the terminology, this pattern is so well done because it actually gives you the full detailing of what a scant quarter inch is and how you do that and what the difference is and why it's a problem. It's a really, really, just even something so simple as that, it's just something so good to be able to have as a reference to go back. So let me show you how we do this. The first thing I have to tell you about is our wonderful Strapology ruler. Now, when I made this, I didn't have my fabulous Strapology ruler to do this with, but it is going to make your life so much easier if you've got it to do it. And I had a little piece of scrap fabric. What have I done with it? There we go. What is really important when you're doing this is being able to make sure that you cut everything out accurately, because this quilt does rely on things being quite accurate. Just going to move all this out the way. So what was so special about this ruler is you've got to cut all of your fabric bits into different widths. You've got to cut these into different widths. So the first one, and I can't remember which one it was, but I know, and just assume that this is obviously your width of fabric folded up as you go along. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create yourself a nice clean edge, okay? And then it asked for 3 1.5-inch pieces. Now over, if I do that, you can see one of the great details on this Stripology ruler is it tells you that your 1.5-inch cuts are the stars. So if you can't, you can just see there. So there's a star, there's a star, and there's a star. So what's so easy about this and what makes your life so much easier is there's your first star, so that's 1.5 inches. And then that's your second star, there's 1.5 inches. And there's your third star, there's 1.5 inches. So I've now cut one of the cuts completely. So I know that's 1.5 inches. All done. There are my 3 pieces that I needed ready to go. We're just going to pretend that that was a full width of fabric piece of cut there, not a bit of scrap. So everything that I needed for one of the first cuts is done. Then I just line my ruler back up onto 0. And the next bit I needed were 2.5-inch cuts. And now on the Stripology ruler over here, you can see the square is for 2.5-inch cuts. So you can see there's a square, and there's a square, and on 7.5 there's a square, and there's a square. So when you're cutting this, again, line everything up nice and flat so you get your fold lined up with the white line. You get your, I'm going to move it in so I can cut myself a clean brand new edge. So I cut my 0 line, get that done, and then I'm doing 2.5, and I'm doing 5, I'm doing 7.5, and I'm doing 10, and I'm doing 12.5. I can't remember how many I had to cut out, but even if we call it 6 and then you cut 15. But that is how difficult it was to cut this out using the Stripology ruler. Of course, I didn't have the Stripology ruler with me yesterday, and I had to cut it out differently, but you can just tell it makes your life so much easier doing it. So I do think that whenever I do demos with you, I want to make sure that I show you exactly what's going to make your life easier. That one. You're looking to get one of these. They are fabulous, and that's just in cutting strips on it. This comes with a full set of instructions on how to use the ruler, gives you all the little bit of details, but if you do ever lose the instructions, most of them, oh, this doesn't have the QR code. There's normally a little QR code on it, but you just Google, look on the website for Creative Grids. They've got all the different tutorials on how to do it. The name of the ruler is always on the bottom over here. So you just Google the name, or look on the YouTube channel for Creative Grids. You'll be able to look at all the tutorial videos on how to use it. And like all of the Creative Grids rulers, this one has got the, you can see those rough edges there, which are called the the non-slip dot grips. And you've got them all along the ruler to stop your ruler moving around while you're cutting out, just to make life a bit safer. So you can see I'm properly shaking the table here. My little sewing machine's flying there, but it does not move at all. Whereas if I fold that round, and I've got the slippy side there, which you'd get from a normal ruler, if I shake it like that, you can see it's moving a lot more, and that's the same force I was using to do it. So it's not completely non-slip. It will move if you push it and do it that way, but it definitely is a lot safer than a normal ruler. You get much more accurate cuts because these are pre-laser cut at the cuts that you need it to be. So if you cut your dead end at 0 and then 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, just follow the little squares along there. You're going to get a dead-on 2.5-inch ruler because the ruler won't be moving when you're holding it, as well as the fact that it is precisionally cut. So your binding will be perfect, everything will be perfect on the way you do it. So it's a really, really lovely ruler there. That is the Non-Slip Stripology XL ruler by Gudrun Erler. And she's got some fabulous tutorials on how to use the ruler as well. So let's get into the Victoria Carrington exclusive coin stack quilt with us. Oh, and at the moment I'm hearing they're both just as popular as each other, so that's really good to hear as well. And don't worry about the price on the web, it will rectify. It's £38.92 for this quilt. So if you have bought it, you will either end up with a refund or somebody will contact you to sort the difference out, but it will all be done for you. So the very first part of the project per the pattern is you're going to sew these strip sets together like this. Now, anybody who has sewn any form of strip sets knows, and if you don't know, this is my top tip that I do think you need to know. Never sew them all in the same direction. The reason being is whether you're left or right-handed, your fabric will be leaning towards the way your dominant hand goes. If you've got all of this weight hanging off the machine, the fabric automatically is going to lean that way, so you're going to end up with a bit of a curve. So what I did was I sewed my blue and yellows together, going in one direction, and I sewed my greens and pinks together, going in one direction. And then when I took them off and I sewed them together, I made sure I turned them round. So if I'd sewn that way for the blue and yellow and that way for the green and pink, I made sure when I joined these together, I was sewing down that way. And I think it's really important that you remember that, because otherwise you are going to end up with a bow. And when you're doing something so precise and so beautiful, you want to make sure that you get it as accurate as you can. So what I've done is I'm just showing you the examples of how I have done this already. And I know that that piece now needs to go on here. And because I sewed from here to there on those, I'm now going to sew from there down on this one. So I wanted to just save the very last piece together to show you how I did that. So again, my 1/4 inch seam is very important on this. And if you haven't done a 1/4 inch seam, or you want to learn how to do a scant 1/4 inch, make sure you check through Victoria's pattern on that, because it'll very clearly show you what you're doing there. Very, very clear. I even showed Andrew the pattern and he was like, oh, that makes sense. So I think it's really good to always, when you've got somebody who doesn't sew at all, being able to read a pattern and see that, I think that's really great. I'm using the Experience 560 ulna today, and the reason being is it's such a lovely machine, but equally, when I get to the end, it's got that wonderful thread cutter as well, which is great. Get to the end, and it's got the automatic needle up and down. I press that, and it's already trimmed for me, so there are no long ends on that as well. So now what I've done with this is the pressing. You know I normally press my seams open. I haven't on this one. Call me what you like, I just couldn't, it was too long. So what I did, oh, where's my, there it is. I have just cut, I've just pressed it to one side. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my wonderful June Taylor pressing block board there, and my fabulous little prim iron, which I have hopefully turned on, I have. So all I'm doing here is I'm just leaning these all in the same direction. I'm trying not to stretch the fabric at all, and I'm just pressing along that line to make sure that it all goes along and lays flat. Oh my goodness, I am just having a stock update for you here. The charcoal, is that the one that's winning at the minute? So the charcoal design, the one I've got behind me here, is winning at the moment, and we have sold more than 50% of the stock now. But the ivory is not that far behind, so if you are enjoying these fabrics and designs, don't hang around. Just make sure that you check out your fabric, because until it's paid for, unfortunately, it's not yours. And you could miss out. So it's just a really, really popular pattern and a really popular quilt, this. So this is the strip set that you're going to use, and then what it tells you to do is to then cut this in half. And once you've cut that in half, sorry, I'm moving my fabrics around there to make Joe's life a misery. So you can see once you've folded them in half, then you're going to cut that down, and it'll make your top and bottom border on how you do that. But I just wanted to make sure that I showed you exactly how you are then sewing these together to avoid having any form of curvature in your strips when you put them together. So that was the first bit I wanted to show you. Then the second bit, now most people have never cut a panel up. So it's quite a daunting process because it's so beautiful. So I wanted to make sure that I did that with you today. Now there are many ways that you can do this. I am going to show you, I'm going to do it half and half so you can see how I would do it normally, and how I'm going to suggest that we do it on air. So there are two ways of doing it, because I'll do, right, I'm going to start down here. Put this the wrong way around, sorry. So, first thing you're going to need, isn't it just gorgeous? Every time I look at it, I just absolutely fall head over heels in love with it. I absolutely love this. So the process of doing this there are many ways of doing it. My way of doing it is I look at the distance between these two circles, because what it is you're cutting these two apart from each other. So I'm looking at the distance between these, and it is almost exactly 2 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to start by doing is on the edge of my fabric at the bottom here, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line it up with the edge of the selvage here. Now, it's never going to be completely straight. I'm just getting these as marks. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my ruler, because creative grids on this side have an extra ½ inch, I always make sure I've got my 1 and my 1 pointing to that bit. So there we go there. You can either do this on the front of the fabric or the back of the fabric. I'm going to be using a purple pen at this point, and this is air erasable. Do not iron it like I did on one of the shows and then it's fixed there forever. So all I'm doing here is I'm lining this up, the ruler over here, up with the selvage. I'm getting my 1 inch and 1 inch point there, and I'm drawing myself, not a huge line, just a little marker line. So I think you can see that there. You can do a little marker line. So that's the first one I'm doing. Okay? Now I'm going to move, now that I've done that, I'm putting my first mark up there. Then about the bottom, about my 3 inch line, I'm doing another mark. And at my 6 inch line, I'm doing another mark. So you'll see I've now got 3 marks along the way. Okay? Then I'm going to get a slightly longer ruler. Now, if you wanted to, you can get your 24-inch ruler and go all the way along. I adore this panel, and I want to make sure that I get this as accurate as I can. So what I'm doing then is I'm using my 12-inch, and then sort of every 2 to 3 inches, I'm putting a little dot and a little line, okay? And I'm just following that along. Now, before I mark anything else again, I'm rotating my, there we go, my ruler's, is that the right way? Yes. Before I mark anything else again, I'm now checking my gap on the next one. So you can see again, my gap is 2 inches. I'll drag that down so you can see that. So again, my gap here is 2 inches. So I know that I've got that inch line there to get lined up. And I'm then looking for my dots along the way. So you can see I've lined my little one up there, and my dots are down here. So I'm now going to mark my little dots all the way along to get to my 1 inch point all the way along there. Now the problem with it is when I marked the first dots out, you can see that they were slightly off. They were literally like not even 1/8 of an inch off from where I've actually ended up marking again. That's not a problem. Just keep marking it all the way along. What you're looking for is your main measurement is to keep the 1 inch dot between the two panels to make sure, and just check each time you go, you've got the 2 inch gap between it, move your ruler back to 1 inch, and then just keep following that line all the way along here. And because this is an air erasable pen, you can do a solid straight line all the way along if you'd like. I just prefer to do dots. What was that stock update? Oh my goodness, over 60% of the charcoal is gone. So if you are wanting to get it, please make sure you do check out your fabric, because we don't want you missing out. So there we go. That is the first way that I'm going to do it. Well, I would mark a line down the center of it however I do it. Then the next section is how do you cut it? So half of the panel I'm going to cut by scissor, and the other half I'm going to do by rotary cutter, because both are completely, they'll give you exactly the same feel. The rotary cutter might give you a slightly more direct line. Either way, it's going to get you the exact same thing, because as long as you're following your 1 inch dot lines along the way, you will end up with a panel divided equally. The edges aren't too much of a problem. It's that center section, because you want to make sure that you line the center section up completely accurately to get that done. Now, I've gone just past the halfway mark there. So if you're wanting to use a rotary cutter, all I'm going to say to you then is just very simply, you line your 24.5-inch ruler up. Make sure you've got your 1-inch gap on between there. You can see that I've cut a little bit further down there. And all you're doing now is you're lining your ruler up correctly, and then you just cut with the rotary cutter all the way along then. Why is that important? On every single piece of fabric you ever buy, whether you like it or not, it's twisted. It's always going to be slightly off. The reason being, on all of your selvages, not many people know this, but on the selvages you'll see that there are little tiny baby needle marks all the way along. Those are where they attach the fabric to the actual printing press, and that printing press pulls the fabric through the whole dyeing process on it. So you can see that there are tiny little dots all the way along this side, and all the way along this side you'll see there are tiny, tiny, tiny little dots all the way along. So this fabric is then attached to a giant machine by these little pins on the side, and then it's printed as it goes. And over time, these enormous machines, they wear out, and things, you know, the older you get a bit slower. One side goes faster than the other. And you're talking about the speed that these go. One side may be 1 millimeter faster than the other. And that's why it doesn't matter what fabric you buy, everything is slightly twisted. So that is why you need to make sure that you mark this out with a ruler and dot it out as you go along. And then what all I would say then is on the other side, to make sure that it's square, you come back, and because we know that side was 1 inch, you then come back, line this up. My ruler's not the right way round. It was the right way round. Sorry, I'm not paying attention today. So again, we know that that was 1 inch on this side, so now you go and you square this up to 1 inch on the other side. And I'm using my rotary cutter for this side. You just square that up so you've got an equidistant panel in the middle. And your 1 inch, it should be 1 inch, but you may want to leave your side a bit longer on one end. That's entirely your choice. I'm just showing you the way that you could do it on this, whether it be the way you choose to do it or not. Go. Alrighty. Oh, that didn't go all the way through then. And there we go. So that's how you're going to trim your panels up. And then on this side, when you're trimming down your selvage and you're going to cut your selvage off, I like to use as much of this as I can. So you can see I've just gone a little bit over the selvage there. As long as this white bit is within the 1/4 inch of your seam allowance, I cut it 1/8 of an inch away. Just that way then I know that I'm getting as much of the fabric out as I can. And then on this side I do exactly the same thing. So then this piece is now completely ready. Now, on this side, I love the selvage, so I'm actually going to cut it 1/8 of an inch that way so that I can keep the selvage. So having cut 1/8 of an inch short on that side, you're actually able to cut a bit more off here. But that said, you can tell that this is actually 1/4 of an inch away from the selvage. So for me, having this as a full piece on the quilt is more important than the selvage. So I'm actually going to cut that on the white line so that I'll have or I'm actually going to cut that 1/8 of an inch onto the white, because then when I've got my 1/4 inch seam on here, I'm still going to have some of that pattern's not going to be interrupted. So there we go. You can see you've got a tiny little white bit there, and a tiny little white bit on the other side, and that's just to be able to make sure that this full panel will be able to show on your quilt without having problems with seam allowances, or including in the seam allowances. So you're going to cut both of your panels out like that, and that fits into your quilt like that. And unfortunately I'm not invisible, so you can't get it all the way through. But these panels are so incredible, and I know myself that these panels go for about 12 quid each. So yeah, the value you're getting on this kit is absolutely incredible. So Get it while you can. Get it while you can. So then the last little section of absolute genius and marvel and this cleverness of Victoria, she did so well. I'm going to hang on to that because you need it. It really took me a little while to figure out how this was done. And she is so clever. Right, so what you're doing, you're going to be shown in the pattern how to cut these out. So you're going to cut these out to a certain width, and you're going to cut out the grey pieces at the same length. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one side and sew them together, but you're then going to put them right sides together and sew those together as well. So you're creating these little circles. Oh, wrong way. So you can tell you've got these lovely little circles. It's just so clever. I hadn't even thought about how to do this. But the colour combination on these work really well. I've obviously done the grey. The white is equally as beautiful. I think they're just gorgeous colour combination. I don't know how you would choose if you had to. And all I'm doing now is I've sewn down one edge there already, and I've got to sew down both edges in order for this to be a circle. So I kept these two to show you. And again, it's 560, fabulous technology there, being able to keep your needle down as you're sewing, and equally then just press a button and your thread trims for you perfectly. Make sure you pay attention to the 1/4 inch and scant 1/4 inch suggestions by Victoria in this as well. So you're then creating all of these lovely circles as you go along. So that is what you end up with. Then you're going to go in the colour order that you like. These were spare bits that I had, and because I think as well it's important to show people what you get left over, because we all like a bit of a bargain. We want to know what we're getting when we're left over. So this is how much fabric I had left after having made and cut everything out that I needed. So you've got lots left over as well, and I did wonder whether you could actually make it wider on the sides or not, because I think you could, and that was the amount of grey that I had left having cut my binding as well. So this was how much I had left from the kit having made it as well, because I love having fabric left over. And then these were left over as well. So you get lots of fabric in this as well. So what you're doing here, which it just blew my mind because I couldn't figure out how she did this. What you've got, so I'm just checking now, so blue, yellow, green, pink, blue, yellow, green, pink, blue, yellow, green, my next colour is pink. So we're going to turn this the right way round. So I know my pink is going to sit in there, but it doesn't say where it needs to be for the grey, because the grey, you've sewn it into a circle. But let's say I want to put that there. All I'm doing, let's say I want the pink to end there. I'm moving this up. So I know that I want my pink to end round about there. I know that I want it to go there. So all you're doing is at the point that, I think that works quite nicely as a height for the next one on. So I've now folded that little line over there. And now, something that I have never done in my whole quilting career, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to put on that fold line and I'm going to cut it. And that's it. You now sew that on. Which I thought, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. That doesn't make any sense at all. And it is. And it is so clever. Now, with this, you've got to remember, if you're sewing up one way, you're sewing down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I know I have to sew from that end to that end. Otherwise, I'm going to end up again. We spoke earlier about the bowing when we were doing the border. It's exactly the same thing here. You need to make sure that you are keeping everything in the same direction so that you don't end up with those curves, because this is the center of your quilt. It literally is the bit that everybody's going to look at. So pressing on this, I press to the dark side on each of the strips as I sewed them, and then I press everything to that way on my strip sets. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You can press them open. It takes a little bit longer. At midnight last night, I didn't really care about my seams as much as I would have this morning, so I pressed it all to one side, and I've just realised I've got this all going on the iron. And again, this fabulous 560, my lovely thread there. So now I have done my pink. And I'm going to fold it this way. And I'm using my lovely little prim iron, which I'm really looking forward to when they come back in stock. So I'm hearing that our two kits, Ivory and Charcoal, are both neck and neck at the moment. How much have we sold of each? About 60% of each kit has gone now. I'm not surprised because the Ivory is as lovely as the Charcoal and they're completely exclusive to Sewing Street. Really, really fabulous product this, and such great value as well. So there we go. We've now sewn on our next piece. Now, because that took a little bit of a while for my brain to compute how that was working, I'm going to do another one for you. So we're counting down the colours. We've done pink. Now I know the next one is going to be turquoise. So I want my turquoise to be quite low down on this one. So now the tip is on the top and the bottom not to go less than 2.5 inches. That was the tip from Victoria, so I'm going to keep with that philosophy there. So I'm going to have mine come to about there. So I'm going to finger press to about that level there. Right, so again, it's so unusual for me to be using a pair of scissors, so I'm pressing that down. And these fabulous Fiskars scissors that we've had on there are so lovely as well. Check that out on the website. Really lovely product that. So now that's going in there. I sewed, just checking which way, I sewed that way. So now I'm sewing down. And I know that seems silly, but I promise you, when you start developing bows in this quilt, you will regret not going, oh gosh, which way am I sewing it, to make sure that you're not getting any of those funny curves in here. Again, make sure you read up Victoria's notes on a scant 1/4 inch. So you can see that this is going to fit into the middle over here, so you can tell that it's slightly, there is no correct way of doing it. The height is just what works for you, and the colorway. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the way along. So I know that I sewed, this is where a little pin in there is going to make your life a little easier. Oh, actually, because I'm always terrified I'm going to stab myself with pins, I'm going to put which way down I sewed from. So if I forget, that's where I started from the last time round. Another wonderful tip for how to use our wonder clips, they're great. So the next colour we're going to be doing is yellow. So what I've done here is you'll see that I've got my pinks in a bundle, I've got my teals in a bundle. I'm probably calling these all the wrong colours. Oh, we've had some questions in. Oh, if you've got any questions on this quilt on how to make it or anything, please pop us the questions on our Facebook page. I'm here. I can answer it to you. I've made it. We can know how to do it. Just let me know if you've got any questions on it. We're happy to answer them. So again, exactly the same thing, lining up roughly where I want my next line to be. And then I'm just finger pressing on this side over here. And then once I've finger pressed, holding that nice and straight to make sure that it's cutting a nice straight line, popping my scissors in on that fold, and off I go. So I sewed from there, put my little pin in here, I sewed from that end this time. I'm going to sew from this end now. Now you can tell this is when I like doing fewer steps. I I like you to believe that I press at every point. I don't. It's just takes too long. Takes too long. I'll press after about 6 strips. And again, this fabulous machine, the needle automatically goes down. It's already preset at that point, which is great. I'm pressing my seams towards the dark side as I'm sewing down. Oh, that one's twisted, so I just take a moment to get that right. And I think these high contrast colours for this middle bit are so effective. Really cleverly done. It just gives you that nice pop of colour. But equally, when you've got that nice pop of colour, it's so lovely that it actually ties in with the colours that we've got in the quilt. Oh, come on. What have you done? You know those moments where you've been sewing and then you end up with a little twist? Oh, and it worked first time. Thank you very much, little Elna. So I know that I sewed from that end to this end, so this is the bottom of my next row. So you can see that is the next one on. I'm going to do one last one, just in case people haven't seen or understood how I'm doing it. So I'm going to say that that will be the height that I want it to be. So I like it at about that height. So I'm just lining that up. And again, there is no right or wrong. And if you get it slightly wrong, it doesn't matter, because the great thing is this middle bit's meant to be fluid. It's meant to give you, it's your own little bit of individuality, being able to put it on your quilt that way. It's just something different and such a nice way to be able to put your own little stamp on the quilt. And it also means, so say you bought 2 of these, no 2 of your quilts will be the same, because they'll just have that slightly different movement in the middle, which is great. Are you happier? Yay. So if anybody has missed any of the tutorial that I'm doing now for this quilt, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's Sewing Street on YouTube, because every single tutorial that we've ever done, or any presenter or any demonstration that we've ever had, is all on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to refer back to them forever and ever. It'll always be there. So now you can see I haven't pressed my seams for a few of these rows, just to save steps. And when I said I pressed to the dark side here, you can see what I mean. I've pressed these flat that way, and then when I'm pressing this side, this way, I'm pressing all in the same direction. You can obviously press your seams open, you can press them to the dark side, whichever way works for you. I don't think there is a right or wrong way of doing it. As a long arm quilter, the flatter your blocks are, the better. So if you did do them open, that would make your life a lot easier as a long armer, but equally I'm a quilter myself, and I know how long that takes, so my lovely little machine will just go through that little bit of extra weight there. And there we go, and that's all you're doing. You're just pressing that nice and gently from the back. I think you do 22 of these strips, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember how many I've done now. 4, 8, 12. That's 15 of them. So even though I've now pressed those, at the point where you're ready to put these on the quilt, you've already pressed from the back. What I would just say is, at the point that you're ready to do it from the front, I would give this a nice little gentle tug as I was going along to make sure that you're pressing it nice and flat, because Victoria wanted to do this. And if you have got one, if you have got it, you've got the fabulous best press as well. Oh, it's because it's got an off, that's why it's not working. Spray. So these, you can just put some best press on there as well. Don't have to use a lot. It doesn't stain or mark your fabric at all. It just gives you that little bit of an extra flatness in your fabric as you go along. Really lovely product, that. And you can just press that nice and flat. It's just that way, because sometimes when you press from the back, you have got a little lip in the front, which you weren't expecting. It's just nice to be able to get this nice and flat. And the main reason being is that Victoria does say to you that you need to get it at a certain width. So the width being from here to the other end of the strip set. So it is good to actually make sure that you are doing as much as you can to make sure that you can keep not only that 1/4 inch, but in order to keep with the pattern, to make sure that you're getting to that thickness, that width that she suggests in her pattern. And there we go. Just make sure you're pressing that nice and open, nice and flat. And you can just see it's so effective. And the great thing is that it doesn't matter who's doing the quilt, even if you're trying to get them exactly the same, they're never going to be, because you've got that wonderful choice to be able to make how you like it and how you want to do it in the middle. I think it's a really lovely, lovely feature of this pattern, to be able to do it that way. And then just so this, I haven't done the full bundle, the full thing, so you can see that that then slots into your quilt like that. And you can just see it's such a lovely colour combination there. And all of these colours appear in these panel blocks as well. So you can just see that that works so beautifully in there. It's really, really well kitted, this. And that was the most complicated thing of the pattern there, was just wrapping your head round. A totally new technique. But honestly, Victoria, if you're listening, genius. You're an absolute star. Thank you for that. Really, really appreciate that. So we are now dealing with a completely exclusive to Sewing Street, brand new today, quilt pattern called the Coin Stack Quilt by Victoria Carrington. I'm just clearing the decks to be able to re-show you these fabulous kits because they are so, so lovely. Get rid of those. So let me show you what we're actually making with this kit. So this is the quilt in the charcoal, which you can see is just so, so special there. But also we've got it in this fabulous ivory as well, with a slightly different colorway, but it's just pops so beautifully. See, I can't decide which one I like, so I might just take this one home with me. I won't, I promise, but you can just see it's so beautifully done. Really, really clever. Really, really lovely. And you can see the two of them together. We've got this fabulous photo yesterday. Look how beautifully they go together. You see, I kind of feel like one is an outdoor quilt and one's an indoor snuggle in your bed quilt. Or even a him and hers, maybe, or a him and him, or a her and hers, whichever. Really lovely, lovely, lovely combination then. So we'll start with our ivory pattern, our ivory colorway. You're going to get this fantastic pattern, and I know I keep going on about it, but it is a really, really well-written pattern. It even tells you how to put the quilt together, and you've got a section here to write notes, which I think is genius as well, because a number of times you start doing these kits, and you write down notes, and then you're like, oh gosh, where did I put that note? And if you've got the ability to put them on the actual pattern, it's just fantastic. So you're getting this wonderful pattern with it. Is that going to... Nope, that's too far away. And then we've got so you're getting 1 meter of the ivory, you're getting 1/2 meter of the pomegranate, 1/2 meter of the amethyst. This is 1/2 meter of the peacock and 1/2 meter of the orange. So those are the 5 colours that you're getting. So it's 3 meters of colour there, 1/2 meter cuts for these 4 colours, and 1 meter cut of the ivory. Is it ivory or white? Ivory. So that's the coordinates that you're getting, but then you're also getting this absolutely fabulous panel that goes with it as well. Look at the colours in that. Absolutely stunning. Just look at the detailing on them, and it's just so brilliant. This is designed by Alison Glass. It was in her Sun Prince range, I think in 2016, but it was so well received that they've done a revival on it now, and it was reprinted last year to come back into the world, which I'm so happy about because it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous panel. Really, really. Oh, I'm just seeing now it was brought out in 2014, so it was one of the first fabrics I ever bought. The 2015 year, I bought this panel for the first time, and it is so beautiful. And I literally can't decide which one I prefer more because I've got £38.92 for this bundle. I cannot express what a great value that is. But when you were looking at how the coordinates go together, just look at that with that pomegranate. It just pops so beautifully. And I haven't even got any of the teals and blues in the colour combination there. But look, it just pops so perfectly. The colour combinations have been very, very cleverly done here for these coordinates. And I must say, I think doing the white would be a really great way of you being able to explore your quilting designs and everything as well, which is a nice way of looking at it too. So there we go. We've got our ivory bundle here, 3 meters of coordinating fabrics and that fabulous panel, as well as this fantastic pattern by Victoria Carrington. So this one's how much? Gosh, more than 70% of the stock has gone on this already, and I'm not surprised. Such an amazing, amazing bundle there. So congratulations if you managed to get it. If it's in your basket, please make sure you do check out, because unless you've actually paid for it, it's not your product, it's not your item yet, and somebody unfortunately can come along and nick it out your basket, which we don't want, because we always regret the fabric we've left behind. But without question, the most popular colourway that we've been having sell today is the one that I've got behind me, the charcoal colourway. So again, you're going to get this wonderful pattern with it. You're going to get these coordinating colours. So you're getting a 1/2 metre of the yellow, 1/2 metre of the peacock, 1/2 metre of the, what are we calling this one? Chartreuse? Chartreuse, and then we've got 1/2 metre of the pomegranate. And then 1 metre of our school grey. Absolutely lovely there. That's 3 meters, 4 1/2 metre bundles there in a 2 metre stack, and then got 1 metre of the grey at the back. But if that's not brilliant enough, you've got these charcoal panels here. Absolutely gorgeous colourway, that. Absolutely stunning. Really, really lovely there. But the detailing is so brilliant. Just look at them for ages. You've got so many different designs and patterns that you can see. They're just genius, really, really clever. And it's such a popular design that they've reprinted it 5 years after she originally printed it. She originally designed it as well, and they had it out for the first time. I don't know how I'm folding these anymore. There we go. But again, look how well these coordinate in, these colours. You can just see, oh, let me go there. You can see just the yellow and the pinks and the blues. They just work so beautifully with that. And equally, if I flop that round, you can see just how well the green works in there as well. Just very, very clever. Such an amazing deal. And this is our clear winner at the moment. How much of that one's gone? Just more than 70% of that one's are going. So it doesn't seem as though they're too far apart in the colour choices, but this is our winner at the moment. So you're getting 1 metre of the school grey, 1/2 metre of the pomegranate, 1/2 metre of the chartreuse, 1/2 metre of the peacock, and 1/2 metre of the gold. But also, not only is the fabric such an amazing deal, these incredible instructions by Victoria Carrington, absolutely brilliant. Really, really well done. The quilt, you do end up with quite a lot of fabric left over. So although the quilt size here, it says 44 by 60, you can extend it to the side, just a bit of creative sewing going off the pattern as well. And these are completely exclusive to Sewing Street. First time debut today, and I'm so pleased it's been so well received because it's such a fabulous product. The panel alone, I've seen them available at £10, £12 just for the panel. And the pattern alone, the pattern is a really, really good pattern. So the value you're getting in this bundle, I'm not surprised it's been selling so well. It's really, really good. I'm just reading here as well, wrong sides together, right sides together, what else you'll need. Victoria's really gone into every single detail possible to be able to make sure that you've got everything you need to make this fabulous quilt. Just going to recap there what you're going to make. This is the quilt in the charcoal. We've got the borders slightly different on this one, but you can do them any way you like. I personally prefer the way Victoria's done it in here, where it's got the vertical stripes on them, because also then you've got the synergy with these as well. So that's the charcoal colourway, and then we've got our ivory colourway as well. And you can see now the way that what I meant about the edges here, the edges go vertically, where just above my head now you'll see they're going horizontally. And personally I prefer them by the vertical. But you can just tell how wonderfully these all go together. I'll just show that on the sides as well, because I think it's always good to see what they look like lengthways. Because most times we have them on the sofa and we got them over our knees that way, and you can just see it's so beautifully done. And that wonderful stack in the middle is where you can let your creativity go and you can do how you want to. But every single quilt will be totally different. Even if you personally bought 2 of these, you'll get a totally different stack in the middle depending on how you feel, which is what I love. Because a lot of us are a little bit scared to get that creativity out and to be able to pop that all out there. But I think that's a nice way of being able to do it. So we've got our ivory and our charcoal colourway today, £38.92. The website was saying $39.99 earlier. If it is still saying that, you will only pay £38.92. Oh, it's been updated already. I tell you, they are very quick in that website getting things sorted. Thank you for that. So after the break, we have got possibly the most exciting hour of my week. You all know how much I love Liberty fabrics, so don't go away. We've got the most incredible Liberty fabrics, and they're all limited. We haven't got much of them left, so make sure you come back, and we'll see you in a few minutes once we've changed the set. Thank you so much. See you now.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw, and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now, this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you, and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is @Sewing Street. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page, and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those three and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly, and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw, and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Good morning and welcome back to Sewing Street. I'm John Cole Morgan on the Saturday morning for the best hour of my week. Look at all the liberty. I can't wait. I can't wait. But first, bit of a stock update for you. We have got our fabulous early bird. As many of you know, our early birds are now only available for 24 hours and almost more than 80% of the stock has gone on this. Look how incredible this is. Oh, sorry, I've just heard there are less than 10 of these available. So we are live at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's unlikely they'll be around by the end of the hour, but I'm hoping if you're wanting it, make sure you do check out. They just go so well together. Look at that. The chartreuse is almost the exact same colour as the leaves in here. So we've got a ½ metre of this Riley Blake rose fabric, floral on white there. We've got this fabulous pink fabric, and then ½ metre of both of those coordinates with the chartreuse and the pink, and a ½ metre of this Riley Blake for £10.97. Buying them individually, how much? That's £3.66 for a ½ metre of fabric there. So that is an exceptional bargain there. £3.66, that is a really good value. That's just over £7 a metre. You're not going to get much fabric at £7 a metre these days. So a really fantastic deal on this. Do make sure, if you do like it, check out. We haven't got very many of them left, and I'd hate for you to lose out on that. Now, speaking of that, we have not got a huge amount of our Liberty fabric left. Fat quarters, oh my goodness, who can not go wrong with these? We're going to start with these grey. Now, I'm going to say this very, very quickly. Got your fingers ready? Are you on that website? There is one of these left. So if you like it and you want it, there is one. I don't know if we'll ever get these back in again, because you know what happens with these fabrics. They print them and then we can't get them ever again. There is one left. So I'm pretty sure by the... Oh, it's gone. There's none left, so well done to whoever got it. So I'm hoping this can now disappear into my bag and Hayley won't notice, but you know I'd never do that anyway. But well done, that's a really great deal. So we're not going to show the neutral grey then, it's gone. Which colour are we doing next? The pink colourway. Oh, they're so beautiful. So these, we do have more stock of them, but unfortunately, not that much. We've got less than 20 of these Liberty Fat Quarters. So if you are interested, please don't hang around. So let's start off by looking at this one. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Winterbourne House range collection, and that is our first fat quarter on it. This is the dual pink fat quarter bundle collection from the Winterbourne House range. So beautiful, really, really lovely. I think anything Liberty is just worth it. Oh, I just love them. Look at the detailing on these. Oh, I just love it. And it is my favourite hour because I'm literally just stroking the Liberty fabrics. And it never gets boring. I can happily do it for ages. And they're really well done. But look at the detailing on these leaves as well. I do love the fact I use this little stiletto all the time to point to. And I had 3 people message me yesterday asking me what it was. So check it out on the website. It's a Clover stiletto. Really fabulous little product, this. You can see this fabulous collection here with the detailing on the flowers. Absolutely stunning. Great thing about the Liberty products, they've been going for so many years and they've got one of the best archives of fabrics from some of the most talented designers in the world. We've had William Morris, loads of different designers on them. They're just fabulous collection of fabrics there. One day is my dream to be able to go and look at their fabric archive. That would just be the best day in the entire world for me. Just look at that. And this is definitely inspired by William Morris's Strawberry Thief range. But just look how beautiful that is. Absolutely adore this. Oh. So none of these fabrics I think are available. Oh, this fabric is definitely not available by the ½ meter. I don't. Oh, no, it is. Oh, it is available by the ½ meter. Woo! Well, but this is now the fat quarter bundle that you're getting. 11 fat quarters. Really, really adore anything Liberty. It's just so cleverly thought out and their designs are so good. And the fat quarters are a lot easier to fold than the ½ meters. So this one is really lovely as well. Just tell the detailing on all those flowers. It's like a little bit of whimsy. Love that. That was called Bouquet in Pink. The great thing is we're going to be able to show you these on camera this way. You get the really great detail on that. So this is called Tulip in Pink. And again, just look at that effortless detail on these. Oh, it's just beautiful. See, this I'd love as a binding for a quilt as well. Love that. Oh, this is Lemon Tree. See, one of my very good friends, Jo, she actually knows every single design. What's this one called? Wood Haze in Pink. But my friend Jo, she literally knows every single fabric that they virtually have ever done. She could go into Mastermind to be able to do that as a question category. Look at that. Everything about Liberty, imagine that as a topic. I was doing really well then, but I folded that the wrong way. There we go. I feel that they do this to confuse me. Oh, well, there we go. That's how you're being folded today. Look at that. Oh. This is called Louisa May in Pink. I wonder if that's a relation to William Morris. Because I know Morris May is, or May Morris, sorry, May Morris is her daughter. Is William Morris's daughter or granddaughter who's taken up designing as well. She's got a new range out with Moda. And the great thing about fat quarters is it's not that much fabric that you're going to feel guilty about keeping it as a lovely little collection, but it's just enough for you to be able to get a taste of it as well. And these are 11 fat quarters from the Winterbourne House collection in the jewel pink colourway. And you're getting a huge amount of fabric here for your money. That's just under 3 meters of fabric there. This one's called Nettle Fold. And I just looking at those there, the different colour cream dots. I don't know if it's cream or whatever the colours are. You can just see that it's just so cleverly done with that different size dot. It works. Really lovely, that one. Oh, that one's fun. So this is lawn. They're really lovely, that. Just that gorgeous navy that it's on, it's lovely. Is it navy or black? It's actually black. Really lovely. See, I know nothing about flowers, but I always want to know the name of them all. We had something on 2 days ago where we were asking people to message in. It was the hydrangea collection. We couldn't figure out what the name of the flower was. And I went home and one of my friends had actually planted that exact flower in her garden. So I was able to figure out what it was. Don't ask me what it was called because I can't remember. But yeah, there we go. This one's really sweet as well. The petals of the orange flower almost look like hearts, don't they? Really lovely, those. So as I said, we've got a very small amount of the stock left now. If you are interested, don't hang around because unfortunately when these are gone, we're not sure we'll be able to get them go. $42.99 for 11 fat quarters. They're all just so lovely. I think this last one, I think, might be my second favourite fabric on here. My absolute favourite being this one. Just love that. I do think that's my favourite one. But this is a close second, in my opinion. I know you shouldn't have favourites with fabric, but there we go. Apparently you shouldn't have favourites with children either. I'm just hearing now that Joe doesn't know he is the favourite child, isn't he? Kat agrees with you, actually. Everybody knows you're the favourite son, Joe. So this is our 11 fat quarter bundle in our jewel pink Winterborn collection. $42.99. I'm just trying to arrange these in the most perfect order possible. Isn't that just a little ball of loveliness there? A really lovely colour combination there. Absolutely stunning. You can see as they all go down. Oh, I just adore them all. So unfortunately we are very limited on the stock that we've got left of these, and once they've gone we're not sure we can get them back in again. So $42.99 for those fat quarters. So don't hang around, we don't want to be losing it, because the other one we sold out while we were on air. This one, gone. Bye-bye. So now we've got these. Are these the teal? The teal. So these are the Winterborn House in teal. There are not a huge amount of these left. We're in the teens, aren't we? We're in the teens on this one. Gosh. We're what? Oh, we're the only channel to be able to have all 11 of these fat quarters in this bundle. So it is in a bit of an exclusive with us as well. $42.99. You've got 11 fat quarters in a different colourway for the Winterborn House collection there. These gorgeous sprig flowers here. Really lovely, that. So that's our first one of this collection. I do feel that I fold these a lot more neatly than I do everything else, because I feel Liberty has to get that little bit of extra folding time. Have I got that the wrong way around? I do. There we go. This one's called Bankart Silhouette. Well, that's what's written on the selvage anyway. Look at that. See, I love teals and blues and things, so I don't know, I love them all. It was. Blue was the Pantone colour of the year this year. Might be the only time in my life my tastes are in. There we go. Look at that. Just look at the detailing around those flowers. It is amazing what they do just with a silhouetted dot. It's really, really effective, and just changing the height and the spacing of the dots, it just changes the whole fabric. And then equally the background there, you've got the little white flowers on the grey. It's just lovely. Really lovely fabric, that. Oh, and then is this the nettle again? This is called Nettle Fold. Look at that. It's very, very lovely, this, and it's quite traditional, but done in quite a modern colour, I think. But not in your face. It's not going to glare out at you. It would just go with any project. Oh, wow. I'm hearing that the teal is actually the most popular product being ordered at the moment over this one and the jewels, which is totally understandable. Just look at them. This one I think is called Millefiore, Millefiore, I don't know, that one. Millefiore Tulip. Sorry, my French is appalling. The only French I know is parlez-vous anglais, and then I know a very rude word if they don't speak English. So that is the extent of my French, so I apologise to any French people out there. Oh, this one's so lovely as well. Again, the 11 fat quarters you're getting today, they are exclusive to Sewing Street, and they are $42.99. Really lovely. Ooh, ooh, is this my new favourite? I'm not sure. Ooh. Oh, this is my favourite thing, is being able to just look at all the different liberties and decide which one I love the most. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Such a beautiful pop of the teal there on the navy. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gosh, they're so beautiful. Love those. It's such a great combination of fabrics here. I do wonder how they actually get these all to work together and how they pick the fabrics out of all those thousands that they've got in their archive. Because what Liberty have done is they've taken their traditional torn and lawn, and they've taken the designs that they usually use for their torn and lawn, and they've put them onto a quilting cotton, and it's just working so beautifully because you've still got those incredible aesthetics of that traditional gorgeous Liberty design, but you've got it on a little bit more versatile quilting cotton, which is a little bit more affordable than the torn and lawn. Which I probably shouldn't have said because I have an enormous amount of torn and lawn and my husband thinks I paid £3 for each metre. Don't you, darling? Oh, wow. This one's lovely as well. So this is on a slightly more, what are we calling that, a navy? Yes, that's definitely a navy there. Look at that. Really lovely, that. $42.99 for these 11 fat quarters. This is the teal colourway. Oh, of the two, the teal is definitely the most popular. Oh, I love this. This one's called Nina Poppy on the selvage. Look at that. Really lovely colourways, these. Oh, I'm sorry. I found my new favourite. Look at this one. Okay, this is going on the overhead after. Look at that. Oh, bank art fresco. Look at that. That is gorgeous. But the effortlessness of it, oh, it's just genius. Really, really beautiful there. So those are the 11 teals that you've got there, $42.99 on there for those 11, and this one's selling really well. We do not have a huge amount of stock of this, so please, if you are interested in getting one of these, make sure you do check out. Until you've checked out, your basket's not yours. We don't want you to miss out on anything then. So that's your... So the teal Winterborn, same colourway, but now we're really lucky to be able to show you some of these by the half metre. So as a bundle, I'm going to show you the whole bundle first. So with these half meters, we have sold out of some of these fabrics. So there are specific fabrics, which I'll show you when we go through, that you can't buy any other way than buy the half meter bundle. So this is 5.5 half meters. But just look at all those colors. Oh, I've left one out at the bottom. So you're paying for 10 half meters, and you're effectively getting one extra one for free because there are 11 half meters in this collection, but you're only paying for 5 meters of them. And that is £74.99, £74.90 for that bundle. Oh, it's just so beautiful. We'll show you these again. Huge amount of fabric there. Who wouldn't want 5.5 meters of Liberty fabric? Come on. So this is our tulip again, but you got this now by the half meter, and you can purchase this by the half meter as well. Now, if you were buying 2 of the bundles, all of your pieces would come pre-cut by the half meter, but if you bought this by the half meter and you bought 2 units, it would come to you cut as a 1 meter piece. And they're £7.49 for a half meter, and we're just grabbing the graphic now. And there we go, that's the code if you're wanting to get this by the half meter. Just beautiful fabric, that. Love that. And then we have this one, which is the Nina Poppy. Individually, these are £7.49 by the half metre. Otherwise, you can buy the whole bundle. You're getting 11 half metres for £74.90, which basically means you're getting a free half metre and only paying for 5 of them. You'd be saving £7.49 on buying the bundle together. Some of the fabrics have unfortunately sold out, so there are some fabrics in the bundle that you will only be able to get in the bundle, which just shows how popular these fabrics have been. Oh. Oh, look at this one. I think this is called Beatrice Poppy. Look at that. This is absolutely gorgeous. £7.49 for the half metre of that. This is our third fabric in our 11 half metre bundle. But look at those. Love those. And the detailing on them are so brilliant. This is my favourite hour of my week. So this is lovely, the Bangkok silhouette in teal. Is this the one? Oh, this is available by the half metre, £7.49. And don't forget, we've got our one-day P&P, so it doesn't matter how many times you check out through the day. It's only £3.95 postage and packaging all day. So it doesn't matter whether you're buying a rotating cutting mat or a big self-healing one, or whether you're buying a sewing machine or just one of these fat quarter bundles, you're paying the same P&P for whatever you buy throughout the day, no matter what it is. And it doesn't matter if you come and buy 7, 8, 10, 15 times during the day, still only one P&P. And everybody's doing their very best in these uncertain times to make sure all the deliveries are coming out to you as quickly as possible, making sure that we're doing everything possible to keep everybody safe. And if you do call the call centre and it takes a little bit longer to answer your call, we're just making sure we've got the right number of people in the call centre to keep everybody safe. So thank you all for bearing with us in these uncertain times. This is the Liberty Bouquet in Teal from the Winterbourne House collection, £7.49 for the half metre. Really lovely combination here. And the background is, it's not a navy, it's a bit of a teal navy for the want of a better description. Love that. Should we just show these details on here? Just loving that little flower there. They're really good. You can just see this little flower over here. It's just so beautifully done. Brilliant. So we're on our 6th fabric. We're now just past the halfway mark on our bundle here. So this is a Primilla Posy in teal fabric by the Winterbourne House collection. £7.49 by the half metre. Otherwise, the whole bundle, you're getting 11 half metres, and it's costing £74.90. Sorry, I almost gave a very wrong price on that one. You'll be saving £7.49 by buying the 5.5 metre bundle. You're effectively getting 1/2 metre for free on that. Oh, I love this. Primilla Posy. Even the names sound fancy. Yep, that's our 6th one. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I've got that upside down, don't I? Yes, I do. So this is Wood Haze in teal. Love that. I don't know why, but it makes me want to have a gin and tonic. Maybe it's the little lemons on the tree. Bit early in the day for gin and tonics, I think. Oh, what have I done? There we go. And please, no sewing with gin and tonics while you're sewing, please. I do not want any injuries. We've got enough going on in our worlds without adding to it. So this is the nettle fold again in the teal. £7.49 by the half metre there. Look at that. Again, I just love the dot in the background, how it changes size and it just completely draws your eye in on it. It's beautiful. So this next fabric I'm showing you, unfortunately, it has sold so well, we're not able to sell this by the half metre because it's sold out. So this is my favourite fabric of this collection, and unfortunately it's only available by buying the bundle. But look how beautiful it is. Oh, just gorgeous. So by buying the bundle for £74.90, this is the only way you'll be able to get this piece of fabric. It's just beautiful. Love that. Oh, 9 down. 2 to go. They're lovely. So this is Liberty Lawn in teal. £7.49 for a half metre of that. And it's just got that most beautiful, and I want to call it a tealy navy because you understand what I mean. It's just got that slight teal hint to the navy. It's absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful design. And then last, but certainly not least by any means, oh, I didn't fold that one very well. Oh well. Is this one. Just look at this. So this is called Louisa May. And again, the detailing on all of these different flowers and leaves, they're gorgeous. £7.49 by the half metre for that. But if you want these all together, and the only way of being able to get the Banksy fabric is by buying it in this 11 half metre bundle for £74.90. If you bought the fabrics individually, not only would you not be able to get the Banksy, but you'd also be paying £7.49 more for the bundle. But that is a huge amount of fabric, 5.5 metres there for £74.90. Oh, what have I done? There we go. It's the wrong way. There we go. So that's our fat quarter bundle, our half metre bundle there by the half metre, £74.90. So now we have the same fabrics, just in a different colourway, in our Winterbourne House collection in our pink mega bundle. So I'm going to show you first what these look like as a bundle. Oh, they're just gorgeous. Here's my favourite. Just got to make sure my favourite's in there. But look at those. You can just tell as a colour. Oops. Just tell that that is just the most gorgeous colourway. And again, that's 5.5 metres of fabric there. £74.90 for the whole bundle, meaning you're saving £7.49 and effectively getting one of them for free. Sorry. Apologies. Sorry about that. So again, the bank art one here is the only way you're going to be able to get this fabric is in the bundle because it's just been such a fabulous colourway. It's not unfortunately available any other way. So I'll show you these again. £74.90 for all of these. And then we'll do the individual ones as we go along as well. Look at that. So this is available by the half metre. This is the Liberty Nina Poppy in pink. £7.49 by the half metre for that. And again, that's available. That's our first fabric that we've got in our little row here for our bundle. Then we have the, can't remember what this one's called. Pramila Posy in pink. Pramila Posy in pink, £7.49 for that. Look at that, it's really lovely. And then it's just the lawn. Oh, I'm getting better at learning the names. There we go. I feel like I haven't worn the right shirt to show this fabric off today. Love that. £7.49 for the half metre on that one. This is the bouquet in pink. Oh, look at it. Oh, I've got the wrong way around. There we go. Bouquet in pink. Half metre of that, £7.49. And if you're buying it in the bundle, you've got 11.5 metres there for £74.90, effectively meaning you're getting one of your half metres for free. This is your nettle fold in blue. I love this one. Oh, this is nettle fold in pink. Apologies. I just assumed with the blue background it would be called nettle fold in blue. But that is nettle fold in pink. Might be the dots have a little bit of a pink hue in it. Don't know. But that's half metre, £7.49 for that one. the mille-fleur. I'm not sure, I apologise if I've decimated the French language by doing this. Mille-fleur, pink, tulip in pink. I'm really sorry, I can't. We're going to call it tulip in pink, just that I don't massacre the French language anymore. I apologise in advance. So that is our sixth half-metre piece in our bundle here. And then we've got the Louisa May in pink. Isn't that just gorgeous? I absolutely love that. £7.49 for that one as well. Half metre of that. These are all the Liberty prints, but on a quilting cotton. 100% cotton on that. So this one is called Wood Haze in pink from the Winterbourne collection as well. £7.49. Again, a really lovely combination of colours here. Beautiful, beautiful design. Really lovely. And then we have, what one's this called? Beatrice Poppy. Oh, Beatrice Poppy. Wish it would help if I could read. Beatrice Poppy in pink fabric from Winterbourne House range. Half metre, £7.49. Love that. I'm not sure if I got that the wrong way round. There we go. Oh, no, it is non-directional. I think it is non-directional. I think it works every way round. There we go. So that's in the Beatrice Poppy in pink. And then this one, unfortunately, is only available in our half-metre bundle. This is the Bankart, Bankart, not Banksy. That's only available in the bundle. So you're getting 5.5 metres in our bundle. You're only effectively paying for 5 metres of that, and you're getting a half metre for free. £74.90 for that. And then last, but certainly by any means least, we've got our Lois Daisy in pink from Winterbourne House range. £7.49 for that one as well. And again, this is the last fabric in our wonderful 5.5 metre bundle that we have here. Now let's see if I can get this all to stand up without anything falling over. You can hear the pitter-patter of little feet as our camera adjusts. Loving that. There we go. Just such a beautiful, beautiful collection. So by buying all 11 of those, you're effectively getting one of your half metres for free. £74.90 for all of those. And don't forget, it's the one-day P&P, £3.95 for the whole day for postage and packaging, no matter what you're purchasing. What a wonderful collection there. And if that's not it, we've still got more. I am so excited. So these are all half metre fabrics. I'm just going to move this one over here. I can't decide which one of these I like more. Right, so we have flowers here. Oh, look at these. So, starting at the very top, all by the half metre. This is the Liberty Mammy Flowers fabric from Flower Show Spring range. £7.49. Just look how lovely they are. That is really, really lovely. Very summery, very traditional. It's kind of got a little bit of a throwback to the 70s and the 80s designs as well, but just in a very, very modern, special way. Got those fuchsia flowers there as well. Are they fuchsias? I don't know. What's the one that you put in hanging baskets? They are fuchsias, aren't they? I think they're fuchsias. No idea. Sorry. Decimating the French language and destroying all horticulturalists everywhere. I apologise. I'm off to a roll this morning. So there we have the wonderful Mammy Flowers fabric there. £7.49 by the half metre. Absolutely loving those. So this is called Suffolk Fields, or we've called it Suffolk Fields from the Flower Show range. Look at that. They'll work so beautifully together as well, because the coordinates go really well. Just look at that. £7.49 by the half metre for that one. Love that one. We've got some very special fabrics here today. So this is called the Wisley Flowers, which I assume is created by the Wisley Gardens down on the way to Portsmouth. I know that because I visit my brother down there a lot. Just love that. They're just so uplifting. Big hints of spring there and just really, really lovely. Just brings a little smile to your face. £7.49 for a half metre there for the Wisley Flower fabric from the Flower Range Flower Show Spring Range. I was like, something didn't read well there. Apologies. I must learn to read before I come back on. Oh, wow, look at this. Forget-me-not blossom. Oh, that's just beautiful. See, I've not seen any of these. I don't know why. Gosh, look at that. Forget-me-not blossom fabric from the Flower Show Spring Range. £7.49 for a half metre there. Really, really special, that. Love that. So this is the Chatsworth Blossom. This is so lovely as well. And with that blue background, but that dark blue outline of the flowers just adds that extra detail to it, just to make it pop. Really enjoyed that one. So this is called the Arley Gardens. Oh, I love these. Do you see, I'm looking at all these and I've just picked up English paper piecing, and what I've done is every fabric I've got in the studio that's sort of bigger than 4 inches square, I've cut into a giant hexagon and I've just popped them in a box, and I'm looking at these and thinking these are sort of one of those completely random hexagon quilts. These fabrics would be absolutely gorgeous with the odd pop of coordinating colour in there. It would be gorgeous. Or even doing a flower out of, making 6 hexagons out of these with a central colour as well would be really beautiful. Lovely, lovely colour combination there. That's the Liberty Arley Gardens Flowers fabric. £7.49 for a half metre, that. Oh, wow, what's this one? Adlington Hall, look at that. That is lovely. Adlington Hall fabric there, £7.49 by the half metre. Just look at the detailing there with the beautiful bluebells and the daffodils. I'm not sure what the pink flower is, but that is beautiful. Perhaps it's a lily. Very, very pretty. You can see that beautiful bluebell in the background there and the daffodils. Are those snowdrops in there perhaps? Or, oh, I don't know, they're gorgeous. Really well done. £7.49 there for the half metre. Loving these. Oh, I'm just hearing we have sold out of this next one. The Yorkshire Meadow, not going to show that, it's gone. Oh well. Oh my goodness, the Ascot Rose, doesn't that just sound very posh? Look at that. Very Ascot, darling. So traditional, but really lovely. £7.49 for the half metre of that. And then one of the last one of our Liberty collection for today is Melbourne Meadows. Oh, wow, that's lovely. Again, it's got that sort of 70s feel to it, but in a really nice modern way. Malvern Meadows Flowers, Meadow Flowers. £7.49 by the half metre. Don't forget our one-day P&P, $3.95 throughout the day. Whatever you buy, however many times you buy, it is £7.49. £7.49 there for the half metre. So that is my absolute joyous hour of my Liberty collections of fabric there. Some have sold out, some are still available, but make sure you do check out on your website whatever there is that we've had on the show. So there we're going to go through all of those. Wait, let me move these all along. Oh, look at them all. They're just so beautiful. So that's our Liberty combination then. So we have had the most fantastic hour in the last hour with this amazing charcoal quilts. So if you've missed our show earlier on YouTube, you'll be able to catch up with the show on our 9 o'clock show. It'll be up in about a couple of hours after the show. You'll be able to catch up on my tutorial on how to make Victoria Carrington's amazing design here. This is the charcoal colourway. In the pattern, you'll have a slightly different border. I much prefer the border she's done in this. It's exclusive to Sewing Street today. It's called the Coin Stack Quilt. So not only are you going to get this fabulous pattern, but you're also going to get 3 meters of coordinating fabric and this wonderful Alison Glass panel for £38.92. So that's the pattern that you're getting. You're going to get 1 meter of this lovely school grey, half a meter of the pomegranate, was it? Pomegranate, half a meter of the chartreuse, half a meter of the peacock, and half a meter of the corn yellow. And then you're going to get this fabulous panel, but it's all about this panel here. Look how beautiful that panel is. Really, really special. And the price for £38.92, that's mad. I've seen this panel available at £12 just for the panel, £10–12 for the panel. And then you've got that gorgeous pattern as well, so you can see you're getting the most incredible deal on this product. Absolutely amazing. And look how gorgeous this quilt is. The quilt comes in at 44 inches by 60, and the coordinates go so well together with these panels. You can just see how well they pop with the yellow and the pink and the teal, and you can just see the blue. Oh, I've got the wrong, there we go. So you can see the blue on there as well, and the green, how beautifully they coordinate in with those fabrics. Really such a special collection here, exclusive to Sewing Street, brand new today, Victoria Carrington's Coin Stack Quilt, and that's our charcoal colourway with it. Now the charcoal has been the winning colour combination that we've been selling today, but don't worry, not everybody likes the charcoal colourway. We've also got the ivory one as well. I'm wondering if I can pop that on top here without it falling down. I'll put a little hint of the border. But you see, you could very easily have both there at that price. But look at that. So the border in the pattern has got the sides going vertically, which I think work really well with our center portion. And the center portion you'll see in the tutorial I showed you earlier, you're able to create your own little wave and movement on the center section. It's very, very cleverly done by Victoria. Well done on that. So this is our ivory colorway that we've got. So you're not only are you getting this fabulous panel, let me show you the panel on its own. Oh, just adore this. Look at that. Absolutely loving that one. Very, very, very special colorways there. Alison Glass's design from 2014. It was so popular. It just went into print again last year. And you can see why. It's just absolutely stunning. Really beautiful, beautiful colorway on that. So that is the panel that you're getting. And again, I'm just going to show you how well these coordinates go with this colorway. Oops. Just look how beautifully they go together. Absolutely stunning with the purples and the teal and the orange, how well they go together there. They're just, it's as if these fabrics were made for them. It's really beautiful. And the teal is just perfectly matched in that fuchsia, and then the what have you called the bottom one? Pomegranate. Pomegranate, yeah. You can just see that these purples, they just work so beautifully. So that's the panel. You're still getting the wonderful pattern that goes with it. And then you're getting 1 metre of the ivory. You're getting 1/2 metre of the pomegranate, 1/2 metre of the fuchsia, 1/2 metre of the peacock, and 1/2 metre of the orange. So you're getting 3 metres of coordinating fabric, as well as this gorgeous panel and this fantastic pattern for the quilt at £38.92. This is selling so well. It's coming in second between the two, but I have to say I'm quite spoilt for choice, because you can see how beautiful it is there. It's still very, very popular. I think the difference is between 70% of the stock gone in one and 80% on the other. We're not talking about very many of the difference there, but look how beautifully that goes together. And it's such a lovely pattern to do. You know, when you want a pattern, you just want to make something really beautiful, very effective, that doesn't take a huge amount of time. Victoria's made the most fantastic design, and it's really easy to be able to make. So now we've got the last hour we had, the first hour we had this amazing collection of Lewis and Irene. So these are new to Sewing Street here. So which one shall we pull out first? So these ones sold really, really well. This has got a copper metallic in it. We called this City Nights. But you can see there, as I move it, the copper metallic on that. This is the City Nights Underground copper fabric. £4.99 for 1 metre. Half metre. It's just such an exceptional price for such a really great quality product there. And that copper metallic has just got that really subtle pop of colour and movement, as you can see on the light there. It just works so beautifully. This was very, very popular. Do we have a winner between this one and the silver yet? Wow, so the silver is the winning one at the moment. So the silver we're going to show you now is limited, but that copper, I personally think the copper might be my favourite. That is lovely. So that's the City Nights Underground fabric in copper, and we've also got the City Nights Underground in silver. This one is limited stock at the moment at £4.99 for 1/2 metre. I'm not surprised. Really, really popular fabric, this one this morning, and you can just tell that lovely silver metallic in there. It's a really subtle metallic, but for £4.99 for 1/2 metre, what a great deal. Really, really lovely product, that. Wow, I am hearing the farmer's market has now officially sold out. That's that one. So we're going to show you the coordinate fabric that goes with that farmer's market. Very, very popular as well. Gosh, we've got less than 10 left of this one now. So that was the coordinate that went with the farmer's market that we've sold out on. This is the farmer's market veg collection. Really, really popular. We never did find out whether people thought that was a leek or a celery, did we? I think it's a leek. I'm going to go with a leek. You can see that beautiful butternut, and you've got the artichoke and the aubergine and the sugar snaps, that's what it is. The beetroot, the eggs, the peppers, the pumpkins. It's just a beautiful, beautiful fabric, this as well. £4.99 for the 1/2 metre, the Lewis and Irene's Farmer's Market Veg on Grey. £4.99 by the 1/2 metre there. We've had a wonderful good morning this morning with all these fabulous fabrics that we've got. Really beautiful combination of fabrics. The first ones we showed you earlier on were these 3 clock fabrics. We've got them in gold, blue and silver. I think my personal favourite is the grey, the silver. Is it grey or silver? Grey. I think it's the grey, but I think those 3 work together really well. Oh, I think we're torn on this with decisions between the blue and the grey. But the gold is really lovely as well. So let me show you the gold to start with. This is a very clever design where you've got this wonderful spirograph faces for the clocks, and then they've separated those out and then created these gorgeous borders around it as well. Just really, really sweet. $5.99 by the half metre there. Really lovely. That was our gold colourway. And then we're going to do our blue colourway here. What's so effective about this blue colourway is when you see those spirographs again, they've put them in a nice sort of turquoisey pop of colour there, you can see. Really, really cleverly done. So this is the Britannia clock face on blue fabric. This is Liam's favourite for the morning, $5.99 for the half metre there by Lewis and Irene. And I have to say, I think my favourite is the grey. I think I'm going to go with the grey. Even though I'm a massive blue fan, I think my favourite of the three is going to be the grey. $5.99 for the Britannia clock face on grey. But I have to say, it just works so beautifully with the way they've surrounded the clocks with those little border pieces. It's very clever. $5.99 by the half metre there. And we had these really fun cocktail ones as well. So we're going to start with the violet. Really sweet, these. Those lovely little cocktail pins with that pop of colour all the way through. I think that's really cleverly done. These are $4.99 by the half metre there. Lewis and Irene party pins on violet. You can see those lovely little ovals in the middle there as well with that slightly darker violet oval there. Really cleverly done. $4.99 by the half metre. And this is a lovely subtle lemon that we showed in this earlier. Not one of those really in-your-face, I'm a highlighter yellows, we don't like those. But look at that, it's a really subtle lemon, it's a really lovely colour that. Cocktail party pins on lemon, $4.99 by the half metre. And don't those pops of pink and teal work really beautifully on that as well. Lovely, lovely fabric that. And last, but certainly not least in this collection, is the, what do we call it? The cocktail party pins on light grey. And I have to say, I'm going through a bit of a grey phase myself with my fabrics. Just look how lovely that is. Really, really special. That's $4.99 by the half metre there. Really, really lovely combination there. We've had some wonderful fabrics on today. We've now got our Island Blue, what have we called it? Island Girl Sky Blue Heart Islands, sorry. There we go, say that 3 times quickly, go on. Island Girl Sky Blue Heart Islands. And you can just see these little voyages going on. We all want to go on a little voyage, but look at that. Really, really lovely. And the detailing on the trees as well. Love that. $4.99 by the half metre there. We're being spoilt for choice on here for $4.99 for these half metres. That's a really great deal. I actually think the most exciting fabric we've had on today is this one. I absolutely love that. Well, outside of the Liberty, obviously, you know how much a Liberty fan I am. But this is just so fun and whimsical. It's a really, really special fabric, this. Absolutely adore it. It's the detailing on it, the owls, and the fact that you've got that little fairy going on a little rope ladder or rope bridgeway between the trees. You've got the little ladders going up and down to 2 different doors, and oh, I think it's just the most beautiful, beautiful fabric. But for kids' bedrooms and cushions, any form of little dresses, I wonder if these would work really well for dresses. It's such a wonderful fabric. Hoping it would. It's really lovely. Really very, very special collection. And I love the fact that you've got a little fairy in the tree there as well, which I loved. Very, very special fabric. Right, so not only have we had these fabulous fabrics here, we've had our fabulous early birds. Wow, we have less than 5 of these left. So if you love our early bird, please don't hang around till you've checked out and you've paid for it. It's unfortunately not yours. You're saving £3 on this bundle today. We've got a ½ metre of the Riley Blake Floral White. Then we've got a ½ metre of this lovely pink and a ½ metre of this gorgeous chartreuse. Buying all 3 together individually, you'll be paying £3 more. Our price today for our early bird, £10.97, and there are less than 5 left over. So please don't hang around with those. If you want them, make sure you check out on them. We've had the most fantastic day. We've had the most gorgeous Liberty fabrics. Anything that you've missed on the show, pop onto our website, www.sewingstreet.com. Underneath the YouTube page that you'll see there, you'll be able to see all the products from today's show. And then we've also got the categories you can shop through as well if you're looking for anything in particular. And I'm just so excited with everything we've done. Make sure you do check out on the Victoria Carrington demo if you haven't watched it from our 9 o'clock show. We've got them in 2 different colorways. Make sure you check that out when the YouTube video comes up later today. So what have we got tomorrow? It's Debbie, isn't it? We've got Debbie doing the Tilda Bon Voyage pre-cuts, then she's doing some workroom tools, and then she's doing the Elna 864 overlocker and the Elna 720 Pro sewing machine. She does the most fantastic demos on machines. I'm always watching Debbie doing all those demos. She's really wonderful. So I hope you join us again tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'll catch up with you soon. Go well. Bye-bye.